The views and opinions of the host and guests of this podcast are their own. Any descriptions about the signs that resonate with real-life situations are purely coincidental dahil hindi hawak ng mga bituin ang buhay natin at walang pake the universe sa'yo. Discretion is advised.
I can do all things through spite which strengthens me. Ako pa ang yan sa astrologer Gemini na si Bern.
Ang lamig! Parang yung February 14 mo. Ako ang yung Tsaastrologer na
Right?
Scorpio na si Nikki.
At ako ngayon sa astrologer na Virgo na si VP na naniniwala sa mga katagang reduce, reuse, rekiki. And welcome to
Ano yung Ricky?
Astrology. Come on, God.
Napongkan. Alam ko yun eh, TikTok yun eh. Nawala yung
Oo.
letters nung recycle.
Yung recycle.
Yung yung nasa window.
Oo. Reduce.
Reuse. Rekiki. Anyway, welcome to the show where we talk about anything and everything under the sun, moon, and stars. So whether you're a Sagittarius that reduces or a Pisces that reuses, we'll talk about
Alam ko,
your
Ricky.
sign when the time comes. Kung kailan yon, Rekiki lang ang nakakaalam.
Ricky.
Ganda, diba? Reduce, reuse, Rekiki. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Reduce. Reuse.
Reuse.
Ricky.
Ricky. Ganda.
Let's go. Anyway, hindi reduce, reuse, recycle ang ating topic for this week. Na medyo late yung episode but okay lang, kalmahan nyo lang. Chill, we got you. Charot. Kasi
Meron mga
nanggaling-
pakialam.
kung late, I mean, we try our best.
We try. Oo.
Hindi naman kami bayad.
Correct.
It's not like we're making money off of this.
Correct.
Diba? When we start to expect better consistency, but now na hindi pa, chill.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Tama, kaya sa inyo, hindi na bumabalik.
Because he was promised coins.
Where are the coins?
Hindi daw siya bayad eh.
No coins, no inye. Charot. Sabi ko mag-open na ng OnlyFans eh. Anyway, ang topic natin this week is, well, coming back to Chiron and the signs, may part 2 nga siya.
Yeah.
Diba? So,
Part 2.
naisipan namin ang inyong mga Tsaastrologers na ituloy na natin to part 2 kasi
Oo nga.
Ah,
Alam mo,
dugtong
kasi
naman.
hindi. Knowing us, baka mga June pa to bumalik.
June pa baka dami na naman namin maisip tas nakalimutan ng i-part 2 to, 'di ba?
Huwag yung pagsama-sama yung mga taong may ADHD. Kasi
Correct.
What will you get? Podcast.
Podcast. Oo.
so saan na tayo mapupunta niyan? Okay.
Totoo. Sabi nga nila, 'di ba, let's not let's not delay the inevitable. Let's not delay your pain. Tuloy na natin sa part 2, yung sakitan.
Akala ko may punchline ka.
Wala, yun lang. Yun.
Oo.
Yun lang yun.
Kunwari
Walang-
lang. Kunwari lang.
Kunwari lang. It
They
just
build up
sounds
lang.
like that.
Oo.
Oo.
Yeah.
I guess that's just how I speak. May expectation ng punchline.
Oo. Para
But surprise, I am the punchline because my life is a joke. Anyway,
Oh my God!
I just go.
I'm
Dami
not
ba?
even gonna deny that.
Yeah. I
Oo.
mean, sige. To be clear, my love life is a joke. Everything else, well and chill.
Love life? Meron?
Yun nga, non-existent.
Or the lack of. Mm-mm.
Anyway, ayan.
Yun na.
Last time, Chiron and the signs yung topic natin.
Mm-mm.
So this week, ano naman, kung nasaan yung house placements
Ng Chiron ninyo.
nung
Oo.
Chiron niya. Kumbaga, okay, alam niyo na yung sign. Nasaan si sign? Na kaninong bahay? Ganoon.
Oo. Nasa bahay ng jowa niya.
Hello.
Parang ano yan, find my AirPods, ganyan.
Mm,
Correct.
mm.
Oo.
Mm.
Nakita niyo na yung AirPod, pero nasaan yung bahay? Kung
Nasaan yung
nasaan siya.
bahay?
Oo,
Correct.
kaninong bahay
Diba?
'yun? Oo.
Oo.
Mm.
Flare ba yan? Light? California Garden Square?
California
Baka
Garden
nasa
Square.
Mandaluyong siya, sa
Bakla eh.
Greenfield. Ayun, oo.
'Di ba, hindi na nga raw siya Bermuda Triangle ng mga bakla, ano na siya,
Ring of
ano,
Fire na
Peninsula
Mini-district
yun.
zone.
na siya,
Oo, Ring of Fire na
district.
bilog na siya ngayon.
Oo, Ring of Fire na siya.
Kasi
Mm.
dun muna yung ano, dagat-dagatang apoy.
Oo, exactly.
Dun muna yung dagat-dagatang apoy, dun magsisimula.
Oh my God, bringing her closer to Earth 'no?
Yes!
So
Puro
yan, figure out na natin kung ano yung houses nila. Kayo ba alam niyo yun sa inyo? 'Di ba, Burn ano yung
Oo.
Chiron mo?
Gemini in the 10th house.
Ikaw, Nikki?
Cancer in 6th house.
Ay,
Yun,
bongga.
tas ako, Leo in the 12th house.
Girl, yung
So,
12 talaga.
right? Right? So let's
Legacy?
get
Ay, hindi pala legacy.
hindi. Pero
Kay Bird pala
kasing
yun.
lala. Oo.
Oo.
Oo, ang
So,
bantot.
simulan na natin. Sige, I'll
Sige.
start naman sa first
Okay.
house. So kung yung Chiron nyo ay nasa first house, again, may kita nyo to guys dun sa birth chart. May numbers beside the sign, di
Kung
ba? Or
naka-co-star
beside
kayo,
the...
may number beside the sign. Kung
Mm.
yung astro seek na bilog, ganyan.
Meron din
Makikita
dun
niyo
sa
yung
summary
pizza
chart.
slice. Yung pizza
Mm.
slice.
Oo.
Yan. Pero sa summary chart, nakalagay din naman yung Chiron, the sign, yung
Meron
degree,
that.
and then
Yung
yung house
degree.
niya.
Oo.
Oo.
Yep.
Yun. So if...
Degree. College degree.
Oo.
Oo. Course.
Nursing, ganon, communication arts, nakalagay dyan. Oo.
Criminology.
Criminology,
Ooh,
correct.
alam mo si
Oo, yung Chiron
criminology.
ko is Leo major in IT.
Ang
In the 12th
ganda.
house.
Ako, Gemini, major in hospitality
Hospitality
Management.
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 Oo. Ang ganda.
Diba? Ganda. Okay, game na. Totoo na to. First house ng Chiron. Chiron in the first house can seem pretty obvious to everyone else. Your chironic wound quite literally shows up in your sense of self, identity, and self worth. So, Chiron is very conspicuous in the way that you present yourself. So, if you have Chiron in the first house, Chiron
Mm.
might also impact your physical health or appearance in some way.
Literal na wound.
So, oo. So,
Mm.
parang, 'di ba? Kung kunwari yung ano mo, yung Chiron mo is ano yung kay Nikki Cancer sa family, 'di ba?
Oo.
So may manifestation siya physically, like baka may malaking sugat ka, that is a manifestation of a traumatic event na nangyari
Could
with
be.
family.
Sa'yo.
Oo.
Oo.
'Di ba?
Or
So this
siguro
move ah,
talagang may physical psychosomatic manifestation yung mo.
mm.
Kapag nasa
Or
pamilya mo, ganyan. Pag
Oo.
when you're
oo.
around them, I don't know, ganyan.
May allergic reaction ka to your own family.
Oo.
'Di ba? Yan. But this wound often manifests in a physical nature, but also manifests emotionally or mentally. So yun na.
Ayan.
Ooh.
Speaking of,
Oo. So for example, you might have been physically ignored, abused, or have a physical illness or found some part of your body lacking, depending on the sign that your Chiron in the first house sits in. Mm. So yun,
Okay.
alam mo, parang
ah,
it could also kind of connect to a way how people see themselves physically.
oo.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
guess, oo.
'Di
It's
ba?
their self-confidence or their sense of self-worth then, I
Oo.
guess.
Oo.
That could be
Because the
affected, 'di
first
ba?
house is the self, di ba?
Oo. So hindi naman siya hindi naman siya parang ownership to body dysmorphia or something. It's more internal
Mm-mm.
na oo, 'di ba?
This could be the cause, di ba?
Oh, could be a cause of that. But that
It's not,
means na ano no, go ano sasabihin mo?
hindi, wala.
Ah, but that means parang manifestation siya of a trauma, possible
Ah,
manifestation siya of a trauma. Oo.
kumbaga symptom siya, hindi siya yung
Yung
sakit.
cause.
Source,
Oo.
oo. Yun. And
Ah.
because Chiron in the first house is related to childhood, these folks can carry the chironic wound through their inner child as they age. So
Ay,
they might
nadadala.
nadadala baggage, 'di ba? They might
Mhm.
learn to hide it after time, but the wound will always sit with their inner child.
Ito na yung mga healing your inner child. Ganyan.
Correct. Oo.
And it's not just going to Toy Kingdom.
It's
You go to
it's ano na,
therapy.
eh. Oo, therapy na siya kasi medyo
Mm.
self-worth na yung usapan dito.
At saka may ano, di ba yung mga term na ano, reparenting yourself.
Mm.
Like if you
Mm.
haven't been parented well, you do that to yourself instead.
You
So you
become
could
the
heal
parent that you
your
needed. Oo.
you heal your
Oo.
inner child. That's how you heal your inner child. Mga ganyan.
Mm. Paano naman pagbaliktad kung ikaw na ngayon yung nagiging parent?
Sa parents mo,
Oo. Anong
normal
tawag
lang
dun?
yun, be.
Ah,
Tawag doon, tawag doon normal.
ah, tawag dun societal norm.
Oo.
Tawag doon, the turns have tabled.
Oo. Parang
Oo,
feeling
pero
ko it
hmm,
also applies to people na may congenital condition.
I
Kasi
guess.
that
hmm,
also affects their self-worth. Kasi from the very
Oo.
start, they're
Parang,
labeled as someone who's sick, 'di ba?
oo. At
oo.
saka galing siya sa family. For
Yes, kasi
example.
family pala.
Yes.
Hindi lang siya
Yun
yung
yung,
affected apart from the person na
mm,
may sickness, pati yung family
Mm.
nila have to adjust to the
oo.
needs. Oo.
I guess yun yung, ano, I guess yun yung physical manifestation nung first house, Chiron.
Oo.
Mm.
Tapos,
Gosh, that's
taon
Yes.
heavy
pa siguro
agad.
ng, ano,
Oo
diba?
nga, eh, 'di
Ang
ba?
ano dito is yung last part na sinabi mo, yung they could carry the wound through their
Mm.
inner
Mm,
child. So,
Mm.
nasusuppress siya, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tapos
Saka ano siya,
magma-manifest siya later on.
yung healing path mo isn't direct to the self.
Oo, oo.
Oo.
Lalo
Mm.
kung hindi ka
Talagang
in touch with your inner child.
mas mahirap siya i-heal. Oo.
Yeah.
Ooh, tough. Tough for
Ah,
the
Yeah.
first housers, 'di ba? Okay. Ayun, yun yung first house. So, if your Chiron falls on the first house, check nyo. Baka physical manifestation siya or like
emotional or
physical, yun.
mental.
Oo. Or
Mm,
pwedeng emotional or mental if physical yung trigger.
Oo. Basta
yes.
it's all
Mm.
about your sense of self, how you view
Mm.
yourself.
Correct.
Yun.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Sino?
Bird.
Eh, si
Ah.
Bernadette. Ayan. Okay.
Ako,
Mm. Oo.
Mm-mm.
sige. Sige, Chiron in the second house. So, if you have Chiron in the second house, sabi, your wound is in the area of security. In some
Mm.
way, you felt as though you lacked security, safety, or well being. This might be especially obvious during childhood with Chiron in the second house, and also can manifest through security issues with inheritance, money, your home, spiritual guidance, spiritual security, emotional security, mental security, physical security, mall security.
Yun nga sasabihin ko, eh. Parang ang
Oo.
daming ano 'no, sense of security pati ba sa mall, gano'n?
Mm.
Secure, basically secure ang issue mo. These people might feel like there is no guiding force in their life, pwedeng
Mm.
lack of parental security, ganyan. Or they may feel that they are coerced into decisions that can't develop their inner self, lack of inner security, ganyan.
Oh my gosh.
So at the end
Hmm.
of the day, now, if you have Chiron in the second house, you'll want to learn how to provide the security you were missing for yourself.
So ito yung mga ano, ito yung mga self-sufficient, gano'n,
You have
independent.
you have to be
You have to
self-sufficient
be,
Oo.
and
oo.
independent. Kumbaga parang kasi ito yung nafe-feel nila na laging kulang sa kanila, na parang insecure sila in a lot of things.
Mm.
Money, physical security, ganyan. So wala, sila kailangan gumawa ng paraan to provide that security for
For
themselves.
themselves.
Mm.
Ooh, first 2
Hirap
houses, ang
din.
hirap, oo.
Palala 'to
Kasi,
ng palala.
oo nga
Well,
eh.
When I was writing this, parang wow.
parang
Parang
oops,
na-foresee ko dito sa
it's a lot.
second house na if they're insecure or naging hypervigilant sila or naging greedy sila, I guess.
Yeah,
Puwede
yun
yan,
like
oo,
if it's
oo.
positive, they're being hyper vigilant, which is kind of
Oo,
sa ano din, eh, parang self-defeating din yun, eh.
response, oo.
Mm.
Oo,
Oo.
Kumbaga
pero
parang
ano din
sumobra naman na na sense of security na hindi na alam mo, naging constricting na siya or restricting,
mm,
Mm.
I mean, gano'n.
Or
Hindi siya
naging
oof,
healthy.
yeah.
hindi.
Ba't
Ang
kasi
lala.
ang lala. Ba't nage-gets ko 'to kasi nga if parang the way you were raised or the way you grew up din, kinda lacked security, medyo magko-close off ka, eh, kasi
Yes.
wala ka
You're trying to
ng
preserve whatever it is that you have.
oo, wala kang
Bari
motivation to take risks.
mm.
Oo.
May
Ooh,
orange pala 'tong ano ko.
girl, oo siyempre.
Sabi ko, "Ano 'to?
Okay.
Wala akong mahigop."
Akala mo pearls, yung pala real lemons ay orange slice, oo. But anyway yun nga 'pag second house yung Chiron mo, ano siya, wala parang may feeling ka kasi na walang safety net,
Mm,
Oo.
'di ba?
My
So,
God.
kunwari kung sa'kin yung Chiron ko is in Leo, let's say second house siya kahit hindi. Yung trauma ko of creation is kinda ano din, is grounded on the idea na dahil wala akong security, kumbaga wala akong confidence in my
oo.
work.
Yes.
Yes,
Wala
gano'n.
nagva-validate,
Mm,
parang
Oo.
gano'n, oo.
oo.
For example, sa'kin naman na Chiron and Gemini na napunta for example sa second house, ang akin is hindi ako confident or secure na i-speak out yung mind ko.
Mm,
My
Yes.
I can't communicate properly out of fear na baka ma-misconstrue and ganyan. Hindi ako sure, hindi ako secure, natatakot ako mag-express, ganyan.
oo.
Gano'n.
Mm.
Kasi hindi ka
Ah,
sure sa sasabihin mo din mismo if it's something
oo.
that
Mm.
people will understand.
Siguro you were ano, you grew up na parang whatever you say, walang ano, walang support or whatever, gano'n. Parang gano'n.
Mm.
Mm.
Oof,
So gano'n,
tough.
that's how it applies. Yung ano,
Oo,
yung malalaman mo na yung Chiron sign mo, i-apply mo na siya ngayon with the second
with
The
the
house.
second
house,
house,
oo, the
oo.
house it's
Mix
in.
mix na yan, ganyan.
Mm, yun.
Whew.
To get the perfect recipe for your trauma,
Oo nga, ito na. Mm.
first get
'Di
your
ba?
Chiron sign and then get your Chiron
Get your
house.
Chiron house
Tapos
and
pagsamahin
then
mo, ayan,
Ah,
tugtsh,
perfect.
mix
it now
mix
makes sense.
together.
'Di ba?
Voila,
Trauma.
'Di ba? A new traumatic event.
a new traumatic
Trauma.
event.
Oo.
Gano'n, o yan,
Mm,
sige.
okey. Oh, next
Okay,
tayo, third
Third
next.
house.
house.
Okay. So, Chiron in the third house has to do with your ability to process information mentally and to communicate. If
Mm,
you have Chiron in the third house, you might have difficulty expressing yourself and being heard. Sometimes you're
Hmm,
easily heard, but your true intentions do not come across.
mm.
Yun. And then,
huh,
it's
Miscom.
easy for
mm.
Chiron in the third house people to incur destructive or negative thought patterns,
Ay,
but they might alternatively avoid anything emotional and have difficulty discussing what they feel. Ang hirap. Sinarili.
ah.
Girl,
Oh,
so paano
Mm.
kung compounding pa 'to, paano kung ano yung Chiron mo, Bern?
Gemini.
Gemini.
Gemini. Tapos
Ito
kung
yun.
third house
Oo.
pa,
Nakaganyan na
hindi
lang
ko
ako
na
sa
talaga
tabi.
naintindihan. Oo.
Mm.
Tas
Ayun.
hindi,
Oo.
tas yun yung painful sa'kin kasi hindi ako naiintindihan kahit anong gawin ko, alam mo yun? So,
Oo, as
Mm.
in
parang when
bound to
you're in
never be understood.
when you're in that position or when you're put in that position, gets ko yung sinabi ni Nikki na it's easy for them to incur destructive or negative thought patterns kasi parang, tangina wala naman nakakaintindi sa'kin, eh, ganyan,
Correct.
gano'n.
Correct. Frustrating yun eh.
'Di ba? Ito yung Chiron placements ng mga super villains.
Oh
Totoo.
my God, misunderstood. Oo.
Oo,
Oo,
super villain formula 'to.
oo.
Mm.
Pagsamahin mo yan, you get a super villain, ganyan.
Hmm,
Pero,
ano pa?
ano
My
siya,
God.
'no? Either you get destructive or negative thought patterns, or they
Have
avoid anything
difficulty.
emotional, or they can't
Mm.
Mm,
express themselves
Yeah.
emotionally.
Oh,
Okay.
hirap.
okey. Go,
Okay.
ano pa?
Yun lang.
Okey.
Yun lang ang sabi. The third house can be a bit erratic because it is the
Hmm,
house of Gemini. So, the
hmm.
individual with Chiron in the third house might sometimes be completely illogical and emotional, but at other times, they only rely on facts and avoid displays of emotion or empathy. Na-detach na
Ah,
completely.
si
Ayun,
ano, si
detachment.
Sheldon Cooper.
Oo,
Yeah, lahat may
or si
rationalization.
Oo.
Abed sa Community.
Oo,
Yes!
ganyan.
Oo.
So either
Gets.
illogical and erratic ka, or unemotional and
Unemotional,
very
Unemotional ka,
puro
like
logic lang.
purely
objective.
rational. Oo.
Oo.
Mm.
There's
My
nothing in
God.
between.
Okey,
Okay. And then,
Nakaka-stress naman pala 'to.
totoo.
oo.
Girl.
Ito pa, may kicker
Mm.
pa siya. Occasionally, Chiron in the third house can also refer to a wound with siblings.
Hmm,
So, there might be past life trauma or wounds with these specific siblings, or the siblings may just be unable to communicate effectively. So,
hmm,
this
Ah,
causes a deep wound or hurt for the Chiron in the third house individual.
okey.
oh, okey.
So sila
Pati.
talaga yung ano 'no, parang eto yung
Misunderstood.
oo, eto yung
Mm.
communication, block.
Mm,
Hindi tayo
Wala,
nagkakaintindihan, ganyan.
nothing would come across. Oo.
Mm.
mm. Tapos, ang ano naman advice is, the way to heal Chiron in the third house is to speak your truth, learn to value your own thoughts and opinions, and practicing balancing gut instincts with logic.
Ayun na nga, oo.
Gusto ko na second house, third house may advice, si first house wala.
Wala, oo. Parang
Mm.
wala, sense of self yan, eh.
Eh, wala akong magagawa diyan, ikaw yan, eh.
Ikaw yan, oo.
Oo, ang hirap.
Oo. Pero totoo kasi kung kung nasa first house ka tapos it deals with the self, it is only a matter of acceptance.
Oo,
Na
actually, yeah.
Mm,
part na siya ng oo,
Oo, it's
yan.
making
gano'n.
peace with that. Yun lang
With that,
siguro
Mm.
yung pinaka-advice sa first house. Si
oo.
second house, ang advice is provide the security you were missing. Si third house, speak your truth.
Speak your truth,
Mm.
oo.
And
Kumbaga
balance gut instincts with logic. Okay.
oo.
Okay.
Kasi sometimes din kung kunwari nga yung trauma mo is family, 'di ba? Kunwari with Nikki. Tapos
Oo.
nasa third house siya, yung addition formula niya is that,
Oo.
yung cause ng trauma mo is you being misunderstood by your own family.
Mm. Yun, gano'n.
Mm.
Yun yung
So
result.
Okay.
oo, so parang if you know it now and you're still parang in touch with your family and there's still way to heal that, now you know na parang when it comes to family, you should value speaking your truth.
Yeah.
Gets.
Oo,
Mm. Okay.
'di ba? But also in a way, I guess na it's not, again, it's not too illogical or not too direct that it's void with emotion. It's a balance of both. Mm. Yan, but dapat baliktarin mo yung lemon slice burn.
Ayan, naging frown.
Mustache.
Oh,
Oo,
ay mustache, oo.
'di ba? It's very Tumblr 2010.
Correct.
Yun, so yun yung, I guess yun yung healing path for Chirons on the third house,
Third house. Yeah.
'no? Ah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, pabigat nga siya ng pabigat, but it's kumbaga Venn diagram siya, eh. Hindi siya completely, hindi siya mas mabigat than the first
Yeah.
Ah,
people. Oo,
That,
it's
it's
they
different
have their
weight.
own weights na ano.
Mm,
yeah.
Kumbaga parang ano
mm.
naman, valid naman sila. Parang ano lang yan, parang pain. Every pain is valid.
Oo,
Yeah.
Walang mas masakit, walang mas ano, ganyan.
hmm.
Okay, anyway.
Hmm,
Next.
Next, fourth house
Ayan
naman tayo.
na, ayan na.
Starts here. Wait, sino nga, ano nga yun sa atin? Sino yung mauna? Si Nikki? Sixth
Ikaw
house?
na.
Hindi, I
Ikaw,
mean hindi,
Ah,
yung
oo,
personal
sixth
natin.
house. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Six. Tas sa'yo 10th, di ba, Bern?
10,
Oo. Tapos sa akin ay 12. Okay, so fourth house muna tayo. If you have your Chiron in the fourth house, your chironic wound feels most active when you're around family or other people from your childhood. Ito na nga yun.
ayan na nga.
Oo. So displacement means that your home life either failed to fill the void that your Chiron sign left, which in a past life, that specific void will depend on your Chiron sign pa rin,
Mm,
or your childhood simply made Chiron worse. So these feelings are always re-triggered when you feel like your young self again, because your Chiron in the fourth house would wound has become a part of your inner child. So ganun, may inner child feels din siya. But
mm.
yung pagka-family nito din talaga is sila nga yung ano, sila yung trigger
Nati-trigger siya when you feel like your young self again. Okay,
again.
gets. Kasi
Oo.
parang
You're
bumabalik ka dun sa
reliving.
oo.
Oo, you're
So
reliving that.
ito yung mga nahihirapan i-heal yung inner child kasi every time they try to heal, nagti-trigger back naman sa kanila yung wounds
I guess,
of their
oo.
Oh,
Chiron.
mahirap din pala 'tong
Sabi the
lunasan.
specific void will depend on Chiron sign. So for example, yung Chiron sign is about yung career,
Mm.
tapos nasa fourth house.
It's possible na hindi enthusiastic kasi yung family mo about the career you've chosen, or you were
Or hindi
Pwede,
ka supported.
oo.
hindi ka
Oo.
Oo,
supported,
hindi ka supported,
or
tama.
you were forced into a career that you didn't like as
Oo,
parang
Tama
yan.
nga.
part of your
Mahirap din yan.
upbringing.
Mm.
Oo.
Mm.
Ayan,
Oof.
ganyan. Ganyan yung mga possible additions ng ano.
Oo. So, ayan, you might be very sensitive around family. If things go even slightly wrong, you can easily veer into loneliness or hopelessness. So often, Chiron in the fourth house means that at least one of your parental figures was absent. So, a single mom who works two jobs ito.
Mm.
I'm
Ganun.
making a
Oo.
difference.
I'm a mom making a difference. Correct. Oh, but not necessarily nawala or divorced sila or hiwalay or anything. It could be
Yes.
they're still there, but it felt like one wasn't present in your life.
Enough.
Diba?
Oo, one wasn't
Oo.
present
Ayan yung
enough.
kasunod na sentence.
Yun.
Sinabi
So
niya.
they might have been absent emotionally, mentally, or physically, but this absence affected you deeply. So you may now struggle to figure out where and with whom you belong.
It's the
Ah.
Oh,
belonging.
Mm.
belonging.
Oh, kasi 'di ba
Okay.
meron ding may thing daw with um kids who went through their parents' divorce na they feel like they had to choose sides.
They had to choose
Correct.
sides.
Mm.
And that's not easy for them
Mm.
to process.
Oo. So baka kung Chiron in the fourth house ka, maybe you also felt like the same or
That.
similar to
Oo.
that, 'di ba?
Could be. And
Mm.
not necessarily na nag-divorce. Kasi sabi nga, could have been absent emotionally,
Absent.
mentally, or physically. Diba?
Could
Mm.
be absent in a certain aspect na you feel like you needed,
Oo.
'di ba?
Like for example, kailangan mo ng support pero never nagbibigay ng emotional support yung isa mong parent. Ganyan.
Cold lang sila, gano'n.
Oo. Ganon.
'Yun. So often, yun na pala yun. So with Chiron in the fourth house, you need to learn that you are the only one who can give yourself proper validation to heal.
Mm.
Kasi nga you might be seeking validation because of that absence.
Because oo, kasi wala nga
Yeah.
sila. Hinahanap mo yun
Oo.
Mm.
eh. 'Di ba?
Mm.
Oo.
So you
Parang
all parang
parang halimbawa, father figure,
hmm.
'di ba? Tapos mahilig ka sa daddies.
Hoy! Iba
Oh,
yan!
but
No, but
but
it is it
it's a
is
simple way
Yeah,
of putting it,
pero
yeah.
it's
yes.
kind of similar. Pero yun nga, na parang ang magiging ano mo is you don't need validation from anyone else
Mm. Yun
Gets,
nga yung
for you
gets.
sabi
to
dito eh.
heal.
You'll also need to understand that you're good enough to be cared for by others and that you deserve more than what you asked for.
Ayan, o 'di ba?
Okay.
Ayun.
Nice.
Ito rin yung, oo kasi possible din na, I mean, I'm not saying it's entirely bad, but it's possible na some people kasi kind of settle for less or have the tendency to settle down or settle downward
Mm.
Mhm, mhm,
because
mhm.
they were never given naman anything. So parang yung bare minimum is okay sa kanila because
Marami,
they
oo, marami na sa kanila for yung ano, bare
yung
minimum.
bare minimum. Oo.
This is so
Yun.
sad.
I know.
Nasa
Tapos tapos akin pa yung dulo.
We're going through the 12 circles of hell in your
Right
chart.
now, oo.
And
Sige lang.
rock bottom. Yun. So anyway, at least may advice din naman to heal sa fourth house na you are enough.
Yes.
Oo.
Mm.
You are
Ay,
enough. Diba?
Cannot.
ay ang ganda, oo.
But yeah, okay. Next. Si
Next.
fifth house naman. Chiron in the fifth house is especially dependent on the sign that Chiron sits in. Because in
Mm.
this fifth house, wound is all about a deep hurt relating to the inner child, sexuality, romance, self expression, or creativity. If you
Mm.
have Chiron in the fifth house, you probably hide what is unique about you, especially in the sign of your Chiron. Sabihin natin, Chiron in Sagittarius.
Mm.
So probably yung pagiging very intelligent and curious mo, tinatago mo yan.
Ah,
Okay.
Mm.
oo. So,
'Di
yun nga, yung Chiron in Sagittarius pa, 'di ba, is parang, you never knowing where to
Discovery.
belong.
Oo,
Ayun din,
'yan,
oo.
Oo.
'di ba?
So, parang, paano ba 'to? You're
Hindi ano naman, si fifth house gano'n yung ginagawa sa
hmm,
kung nasaan yung sign nung Chiron niya. For example, yun nga. Tapos
ah,
dagdag mo pa yung
yung
ano nung
trauma nung
sign
Chiron niya
mismo,
mismo,
Yung
oo,
sign
yun,
mismo, gets,
exactly.
okay.
gets.
So kumbaga
So
first, like sa example natin si Chiron and Sagittarius, so, ang bigay ni fifth house is tinatago niya kung ano yung unique sa sign na yon.
mm,
Tapos
Ayun.
because of that, si Chiron and Sagittarius doesn't know where to belong. You can't find your place.
okey, oo. So yung kanina, yung mga first to fourth house so far ay addition lang ang formula. Eto algebraic expression po yung fifth
Oo,
house,
may
oo.
balikan 'to.
Wow,
Kasi your sun
oo.
sign plus your Chiron sign and its house placement.
Oo, so
Mm.
'di ba? So given na hindi mo na alam kung saan ka pupuwesto, lalo mo tuloy sinu-suppress kung ano yung mga
Mm.
unique characteristics mo. So balikan lang, ganyan.
Mm.
Okey. Gets,
Transpose,
gets.
transpose. Ayan. Anyway, your inner infant talaga.
Hindi na
Grabe
child.
naman sa oo.
We've gone back,
Beyond child,
beyond.
oo.
Your inner infant wasn't given non-judgmental freedom to play. So now you are hyper self-critical and aware.
Ito yung
Hmm,
minanhandle even as a child.
Ito
oo.
yung hindi ka hinayaang mag-enjoy, hindi ka hinayaang maging bata.
Mm.
Correct.
Oh my God,
But
last weekend, parang nakita lang namin to ako lang pala nakakita. Kinuwento ko lang kay
hmm,
Brian. Like there was this kid na nasa grocery kami. There was this kid na nakasakay dun sa harapan nung pushcart.
hmm.
Mhm.
Tapos tuwan-tuwa siya na ganyan, ganyan. Tapos yung nanay niya, pinapagalitan siya. Like, shoot! Baba ka dyan! Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Something, something. Tapos parang ako, parang,
Hmm,
wala naman siyang ginagawang masama. Nag-enjoy lang naman siyang sumasakay siya sa poor. Iyaan mo lang siya.
oo.
Basta
As long as
masaya siya,
it's not,
oo.
as long as it's not, parang nakakaistorbo
Magugulo yung
sa
iba.
Sa
marami.
iba,
Oo.
oo.
Oo,
Kasi parang,
correct.
ba, yun na nga lang yung you just let them be a child. I don't like kids, but
Totoo.
no, just
Let
let
them be
them.
kids, oo.
Oo.
But I guess dito sa Chiron, yung fifth house, it also applies na kahit hindi lang yung parents yung nag-disallow sa
Mm,
freedom mo
mm.
as a child, eh. It could also be the
Kung
Any
sa
authority
circumstance
oo.
figure, oo.
or even the circumstance
Circumstance,
themselves,
puwede, oo.
oo.
Yeah,
Like, you had to grow up really early.
Mm,
mm.
Yan. So ngayon lumaki ka, very hyper self-critical ka na and
mm,
very aware. Hyper
Oo,
self-critical like you're not doing enough, you're doing it
mm.
wrong, ganyan,
you're doing it
ganyan.
wrong,
Tas
oo. May
tas
Mm.
may voice at the back of your head telling you na
oo,
mali yan, gano'n.
sinisisi mo lagi
Mapapagalitan
yung
ka,
sarili mo
oo.
kapag, "Oh, ayan," ganyan. Kasi nga
Mm.
hindi ka pinayagang maging bata.
Bata.
Pag lagi kang
Mm.
Mm.
sinasaway. Ayan.
Too rigid.
Ayun na nga. So you
Mm.
are afraid of how others would receive your most vulnerable self. To try and cloak this fear, you simply suppress that part of you. Ayun na nga.
Mm.
So, ayun daw, Chiron in the fifth house person might be extra self-conscious then. It's hard for them to let go and have fun kasi never silang hinayaang mag-have fun.
Oo, ito yung mga by the minute naka-Google Calendar talaga yung buhay. Not in a Virgo
Mm.
level, this is different.
This is
Mm.
like an OC level different. Ganyan.
Oo.
Oo.
Like the disorder. Ganun.
Hindi na siya personality, disorder na siya.
Ah.
Mm.
Tsaka ano
Nag-build.
kasi nga 'di ba, they grow up na feeling na mali when they're having fun.
Oo.
Mm.
Ganon.
Mm.
Pinapagalitan sila when they're having fun. So para hindi sila pagalitan, they have to be serious. They have to be
Oo.
proper, ganyan.
Oo. Alam mo
Kaya
yung feeling na kapag natapos kayo sa work niyo ng maaga, ta's you have a nagging feeling na, "Wait, may nakalimutan ba ako? Why did I finish early?"
mm,
I guess that's what
mm,
they feel their lives.
mm,
Mm.
Mm.
their entire life. Ganyan. Tapos sabi, alternatively, the Chiron in the fifth house person daw might be wounded or betrayed by partners and by romance in general. At mga ano na, disillusions.
Just
Oo.
jaded na gano'n.
Oo.
Mm.
So the path to healing Chiron in the fifth house largely depends on the scenario and the Chiron sign. Learning to be vulnerable with yourself is always a good first step, as well as
Hmm.
finding the will to create and shine, especially in your specific Chiron sign. So, balik natin sa sample na si Chiron in Sagittarius. Basically, yung sinasabi lang dito, let your freak flag fly.
Mm.
Oo.
Yeah.
Diba?
Na it's okay to be unique because that's who
Yes.
you
Different,
are.
oo.
Oo.
You don't
Mm.
have to belong to be someone, ganyan.
Oo. You don't have to
Go
belong to
lang.
have fun.
Oo.
Mm.
Let
Okay.
loose, ganyan. Ayun.
Oh, well, so far, again, this is a different kind of weight. But one of the easier things to heal tong fifth house.
Actually, yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Tsaka
Kasi,
once you recognize na yun nga na parang when you were a child, hindi ka hinayaang maging bata. You
mm,
know na kagad kung paano gagawin, di ba?
oo.
Huwag niyo
Yeah.
siyang
Ano,
awayin kung nagsaslide siya sa Toy Kingdom. Hindi niyo na-enjoy yan dati.
Oo.
oo. So siya yun. Kung if you see a fully grown adult sa sa McPlay Place, may ganun pa ba? Wala na, di ba? But like,
Oo,
May
parang
sa
iba.
wala na.
inflatable
Oo.
slide, let them.
Oo.
Let
Hayaan
them have
nila.
fun.
Oo.
Oo.
Ngayon lang nila mararanasan yan. Ganon.
Mm.
Correct.
Actually, no, kasi nga, yung fifth house talks a lot about deprivation. Forced
Yeah.
deprivation.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Self-expression nga, di ba? Or creativity. Ayan.
Mm.
Anyway, ayan. Ayan na,
Ah,
sixth house na. Si Nikki
Sixth
na.
house, ito.
ayan,
Sakto
you are
sa'kin.
reading your own. Oo.
Oo. Ito. So, if you have Chiron in the sixth house, your woundedness plays out in the workplace or through working with the community. You will see your
Mm.
wound show up most often when you spend your days in work or in school. This is a tough placement for a wound because it's hard to escape it. The wound will also depend a good deal on the sign that Chiron sits in.
So,
Mm.
Chiron in Cancer ka na nasa sixth house.
So, family.
Yeah.
Shit. At
Mm.
gets ko na. Gets ko na si
Mm.
Ako
Nikki.
din, gets ko na si Nikki. It's like, para
I had
kitang
to.
nakilala all over again.
Oo.
Oo.
This is a very I had to do it moment
Yes.
ni
Mm,
Nikki.
Oo. So, ayun, some people with the Chiron in the sixth house remember feeling different from other children in school, or they felt that their wound showed up over and over in the workplace no matter how hard they tried to hide it. Alternatively,
Ooh.
the Chiron in the sixth house wound might also appear in the areas of medicine
mm.
or disease. Sometimes, a
Ang
Chiron in the
ating
sixth house,
HCP.
correct.
Mm.
Chiron in the sixth house wound will show up both in day-to-day matters or and health-related problems. My God.
Asa sakitin.
Yeah, oo.
Totoo.
And ayun naman, ito naman ang advice is the lesson is to learn to fully accept the self. Most of the problems that come with Chiron in the sixth house are because the individual is trying to reject the self in some way, whether it's because the self is impure, unclean, or simply wrong.
Impure and clean.
Impure.
Oo nga, ang
Lala.
dumi-dumi kong
Is
tao.
is it
Oo.
because you're gay? Ganun ba
Ay!
'yan?
Oh my God! Oo nga. The healing path is to realize that this is simply a false judgment and to work on accepting the inner self completely. Okay.
Hmm.
Mm.
Naku, Nikki, para talaga kitang kinilala ulit. Suddenly, it makes
Made
sense.
sense, oo.
Oh.
Oo.
Knowing yung
Galing.
history ni Nikki, 'di ba? Oo nga,
Oo.
Oo.
Chiron Cancer in the sixth
Sixth
house. So
house.
parang
Ang hirap,
it's the
ang hirap.
workplace, oo.
Correct.
Mm,
Mm. Gets
Pero
ko
kasi
na din.
kailangan mo siyang gawin because of your
gawin.
family. Wala kang choice.
Yeah. Oo.
Kaya it's
Mm,
hard to escape it.
Correct.
oo.
Schoolard.
But I guess yun nga din yung advice and it's something naman na, wow, I'm opening up personal things. Pero 'di ba, it's something naman na napag-uusapan natin as friends na part of healing that wound is also seeing the fulfillment in it, 'di
Yes.
True,
ba?
oo.
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 Mm.
Give yourself grace that you're in it.
Correct,
Kasi
ayan. Alisin mo yung mga
you're
false
meron eh.
judgment. Oo, alisin mo yung mga
Oo.
false
Oo.
Meron ka namang
judgment na
nagagawa. Oo.
correct.
Yun.
Yeah,
Yun
'di ba?
lang.
Oh my
That
Alam,
God,
makes
oh
so much
Nikki,
sense.
oo, it's so
totoo.
mabigat siya, in
Yeah,
fairness.
True.
but it is very much welcome advice,
Correct,
'no?
mm.
Kasi not just to you, but like to us
Kung
3.
sino oo, kung sino man din yung nakaramdam ng gano'n, like,
Mm.
give yourself grace. Kasi you're just doing whatever you can.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like yung line na yan. Give yourself
grace.
grace.
Mm,
Oo.
'Di ba? Don't be so too hard on yourself.
totoo.
Ganyan.
Ganda.
Okay.
Ay,
Yes.
that's nice, that's nice.
Pa-6 na
Ah,
tayo. Medyo,
oo,
whew, okey.
'di ba?
Whew,
Mabigat na siya, pero
oo.
bago
Water
tayo
break.
mapunta bago tayo
Mm.
mapunta sa seventh house, water break and spill break muna tayo, 'di
Ayan.
ba? So, kung ano, nasaktan din ba kayo Kuya Eddie? Charot, pag-usapan natin 'yan at Tsaastrology on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. 'Yan, so may kita na naman nandun lang kami on all platforms. Minsan maingay, minsan hindi, but again, we try,
We
okay?
try.
Mm.
We try. Oo.
We don't get paid.
Wala
And
po kaming
Yet.
tao.
wala pa kaming
Oo.
tao, kami lang 'to. Uh, so if you're also listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube or listening or watching on both, 'di ba, don't forget to follow and subscribe and click the bell icon para notified kayo of every new episode kasi marami tayong mga puwedeng pag-usapan lagi. Hindi lang sa
Hmm.
Agree.
social media but also sa tulad
Ep
na lang ng yung episode 3 natin na yung
yan.
daddy related, oo. Tinanong
Oh.
natin yung daddy please, tinanong
Oo.
natin sa poll na what's the sexiest tool, okay? Ang pinakamababa with 7.1% of the votes, plies.
Like,
'One%
7.1% people thought na plies is
plies
sexy.
is sexy, I guess,
nangungurot.
Plies? Anong
Sige.
sexy
'di
sa
ba?
plies?
Exactly,
Nangungurot.
but
Sige,
if that's
okey.
your kink, we won't
Okay,
Go.
stop.
Oo.
'Di
Sige.
sige.
ba? Tapos ang second naman na sexiest tool with 21.4%, gunting yero.
Grabe.
Tayo na yung guntingyer.
Yep, they found that sexy. It
Gugupit ka yung yero ng gano'n. Ah.
Turns me on.
I felt things.
Ganda. 'Di ba? Tapos, ang third sexiest from the list with 28.6% is lagare. Hmm.
Okay, that makes
Ito
Oh,
gets
sense.
oo,
yeah.
ito gets ko na kung bakit at paano. And the sexiest tool for our mga kati with 42.9% of the votes ay ang martilyo. Oh,
Martilyo, okay.
they wanna
Pok
get
pok.
hammered real
Of
bad. Oo,
course! Of
Mga pok pok.
course.
correct.
Mm,
Oo.
ganda.
Tapos, tinanong naman natin sa Q&A kung ano ang wish nyo sa new moon.
Mm.
Okay. Sabi ni Jill Borhal, na listener din to ng Shippers. Diba? Hi
Ooh.
Jill.
Oh,
Sabi niya, wish niya sa new moon, new me. Charot. Peace of mind.
Ayun yung new me.
Ang ganda.
so every month magbabago ka, be.
New me.
Oo.
Tinalo mo naman yung Gemini.
Oo.
Buwan-buwan iba.
Oo.
Oo.
Pero yun, nagmamanifest din daw siya ng peace of mind.
Mm.
Of
Sabi
course.
naman ni RC7, bagong trabaho po, hu hu hu. Ah,
Sakto.
Mm. Ano
sakto.
yan?
New actually.
Manifestation. Sana
Money.
nakapag-interview ka na from the last episode.
Yeah.
Oo. Tapos ito naman si Ayeyo. Ano
Iyeyo nga.
Iyeyo pala,
Iyo.
Iyeyo. Sorry, sorry,
Mm.
sorry. I know better now. Sabi niya, gusto kong maging power tool.
Ay.
Drill?
Hmm.
Circular
Any.
Yes.
saw? Ganyan.
Oo.
Yes.
Laser cutter.
Laser cutter.
Mm.
Oo.
Diba? Electric screwdriver. Hmm.
Love.
Sige, good luck on that journey.
Mm. We support you, Iyeyo.
Oo.
Uh-huh.
Sabi naman ni Shanalyn de la Cruz, gusto ko lagariin ako ni Jowa nonstop. Charot.
I mean, good for you.
I mean,
Go get
sige,
that.
go. Kung magician yung jowa mo, sige.
Ay, oo.
Oo,
Tapos ikaw yung
diba?
assistant.
Ah,
Oo. Magician's assistant. Why
Malay
not?
mo. Diba? Sabi niya, charot, na maharot as a Libra lang. Ano?
kaya.
Ah,
Kaya.
ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May
Understandable.
judgment.
Oo. Ay. Tapos sabi naman ni Sai, pera na po akin. Kaka-ghost ko lang sa isang person just cause I got random waves of introvertedness. Lol. And mostly because wala silang personality. My God.
Ay, Diva Las
Mm.
Vegas.
Good for you.
Oo.
Push nyo yan.
Oo.
Mm.
Ayun. And then, sabi din ni Mr. Cool Blue naman sa YouTube, sabi niya, tawan-tawa ako sa live selling ng butt plug.
I don't even remember us talking about it.
Ako din. We did that?
Maybe, na-block na natin sa memory agad.
Oo.
For that episode. Oh my
Merong
God.
butt plug na may LED light. So,
So,
Paano
could have been
iino
that.
yun doon?
hindi.
Ano,
sa labas.
after nun, pagpasok mo sa'yo, kakanta ka ng glowing inside.
Tapos maganda yung sumasabay siya sa beat.
Oo.
So, nando ka sa bar, umiilaw-ilaw yung pat mo na ganyan.
Hindi mo naman sinabing to. Fitness class. Charot.
Hindi,
Sabi mo,
wristband.
oo. Silo band. Sa Coldplay, ganon.
Oo.
Ay, nako.
Light stick. And sabi pa niya, thank you sa forecast. Parang first time ko makarinig ng medyo kalmadong reading sa Capricorn. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hindi kayo yung bunot
Ano?
niya eh.
Hindi.
Totoo. Ayun. So yun, sagot lang kayo ng sagot sa mga Q&A and polls and mag-comment kayo on YouTube para binabasa natin. Excited na rin ako next episode because we'll be reading yung mga sagot nyo sa Deep Trauma Part 1.
Yes.
Ooh. So, comment lang kayo kung napanood yun na or whatever.
Tweet
Mag-share
or...
kayo ng trauma nyo, ganyan.
Correct.
Trauma bonding tayo, ganyan.
Oo,
Correct.
that is the goal.
The best friendships are formed from trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding.
Trauma
Oo
bonding.
naman.
Naging
'Di
friends kaming tatlo kasi naligaw kami sa Makati dati kakahanap ng studio.
Exactly. Lumayo pa kami dahil umikot kami sa kabilang kanto. Andun na pala kami, didiretsuhin lang.
Mm.
Dito yun eh.
Dito 'yun, stupid. Charot.
Love it.
'Di
Ay,
ba?
game.
Game. Next, seventh house na, 'di ba?
Lay,
Yes.
So,
lay.
Aha,
if you
aha.
have Chiron in the seventh house, your woundedness comes through relationships with others. It is
Ooh.
being in a relationship that's often a romantic relationship that triggers your wound, although it always lies dormant under the surface, even when you don't see it.
Of course. Okay,
Ooh.
okay.
Ito yung mga
Ito ba yung...
magaling sa umpisa, tas pag sila na, tada!
or or
Oo.
baka ito yung always may lingering feeling kapag pumasok sa relationship.
Na
Mm.
oo, na magfe-fail agad or
Oo,
it doesn't
gano'n.
oo.
Nakaano na siya, anong tawag dun? Yung naka-mindset for failure na siya.
Oo,
Oo.
pessimistic. Charot.
Mm.
Ayun pala,
Yeah, yeah.
pessimist.
Oo,
Oo.
Ang dami ko sinabi, pessimist lang pala.
pessimist.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah. Oo.
simplify. Oo.
Oo.
Ayun, so you may feel that you don't have a self with Chiron in the seventh house. You might try to emotionally merge or mesh with your partner.
Why?
Ooh,
Delix.
walang
Mm.
walang alam mo
Medyo
yun, nawawala
Is
siya
oo.
oversympathetic.
or
Is this
nawawala siya
like
sa isang relasyon.
Yeah,
oo. Is this like codependency? Parang hindi naman, 'no?
Puwedeng gano'n,
puwedeng
Oo,
puwedeng
gano'n,
pero
eh.
gano'n,
puwede, eh.
Oo.
oo. Or it's a manifestation,
Yeah,
Mm.
oo.
yung
Yun na yun.
codependency,
Oo,
oo.
Mm.
codependency.
'Di ba? So these are the folks who may stifle themselves in relationships to hang on to the partnership. Eto na nga.
Ayan, oh, 'di ba?
Ay!
So they feel that they can't express who they truly are. So
Ito yung
talagang
binigay ko lahat.
lahat.
Oo.
Pero parang hindi naman.
Si Catherine dun sa movie nila.
House of Us?
Hindi yung
Oo.
yun ba
Ay,
yun, yung ano, yung magte-take siya dapat ng test
med and
for
math.
med
Oo,
and
oo.
math, oo.
Mm.
Yun,
House of
gano'n,
Us nga. Mm.
'di ba?
Girl. So there is
Girl.
potential for these people to end up in abusive relationships due to the nature of the chironic wound. But they might instead be stifled in other ways, such as entering into a relationship with a partner who has a disability and needs constant care.
Oh my God, ito din. So,
Kasi
hindi
feeling
man
mo hindi ka capable to provide.
No
oo,
more like parang ano, overcompensating.
Oo.
oo. Ito yung different spectrum naman. Yung
I
isa
guess,
sobrang
oo.
sobrang needy mo, then the other spectrum is ikaw naman
Gus
yung
gusto mong ma-need,
giver. Oo,
Oo.
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 Gusto mong
Wala.
kailanganin ka. Oh my
Oo.
God, so nawawala na nga kasi ang buong
Wala na.
personality mo lang is the
Is
other
yung
person.
Is to
person.
provide.
Oo. Yeah,
Oo.
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 Ayun, no, they always feel
Hmm,
as though they need to sacrifice themselves.
ayan na nga.
My
Oh, you
God.
don't have a self.
Ah, ito yung nasa Last Twilight, dun sa mga nakikinig na 'tong Tsaastrology na nakikinig din ng The Shippers. Ito yung
Shippers.
isang BL
Mm,
namin pinanood recently na natapos lang. Kasi nag-break sila, kasi caregiver niya dapat yung isa, ta's
hmm,
bulag yung isa. So naging sila, pero nag-break nga sila nung parang dapat na-offeran ng trabaho si caregiver na maging cook sa ibang bansa. Tas pinigilan niya
hmm,
kasi nga, he did feel na kapag hindi siya malapit, 'pag malayo siya sa partner niya, walang magpo-provide ng care. Whereas the entire time bago maging sila, sobrang ina-allow niya to be free and independent yung bulag. Oo, so nag-iba yung
hmm.
dynamic ng relationship nung naging sila.
Oo,
Na parang, oh, you've
nagkaroon ng
always been a caregiver, pero nagkaroon ng emotional attachment to that care.
Point, oo.
Oo.
Hmm.
So
naging
medyo ganito
codependent.
'to. Oo, na parang
Mm.
ngayon na sina-sacrifice mo na yung sarili mo because you feel like you should
Oo.
be needed.
Oo.
Yeah, ayan, ganyan. Ganyan,
Oh,
exactly those
Oh,
words.
ang hirap. Ang hirap
girl,
yun. Hindi
girl.
hindi mo siya mare-recognize, eh, unless
Mm.
Aware ka.
sabihin oo, unless is
Oo.
ikuwento mo yung situation niyo sa iba.
Oo. Or
Oo.
parang from an outsider perspective. Kasi to you, you'll always just provide care.
Because
Parang
Ito yung
feeling
that's
mo,
right.
to you
oo,
to you sasabihin mo ano, love language ko ano eh, acts of service, ganyan.
oo. To you, that's how
Pero
a relationship is.
if from an outsider's perspective, hindi na ganun yung ano eh.
Hindi na
Hindi
Mm.
na
siya
siya basta
healthy.
acts of service. This is you losing yourself
Yourself.
in the
Trying,
relationship.
trying
Oo.
to yun.
Provide. Trying to care.
Oo.
Ooh,
Kumbaga naging personality mo na siya, yun na yun.
correct.
Oo.
Mm.
Kung wala yun, kung
Hmm,
wala yung source na kinakailangan mo or kinakailangan ka, wala ka na.
wala na.
Parang gano'n.
Hmm. Oh,
Girl, ito yung mga ano eh, ito yung mga topic sa inuman eh.
totoo. Ba't ba natin 'to
Din
ginagawa ng sober?
Yung
oo.
mga friends mo na ganyan, na parang, "Ay naku te," ganyan.
Mahirap
Totoo, I
din
mean,
talaga silang tulungan sa ganyan kasi hindi talaga nila nare-recognize kung ano
Oo.
yung
yung
Sa sabi pa
sumosobra
niyan
na sila.
oo, oo.
pakailamera ka,
Oo.
ganyan.
Kasi yun din naman, kasi if you put it fact per fact, tama pa rin yung ginagawa nila, eh.
Oo.
In a
Pero
sense,
sobra.
In a
Sobra
sense,
oo.
na,
oo.
oo.
Yun nga, you never know if it's too much. Like, too much of a good thing is bad pa rin, 'di ba?
Yes.
Too
Oo.
much of something is
It's bad
bad enough.
enough. Wow.
Bad enough.
Ayun, kaya last sabi dito, sometimes these qualities and traits are learned from parents or role models early in life. So how
Ay,
the relationship issues manifest will depend on the sign that Chiron is in. Yun na nga, going back to last twilight, itong si caregiver, kaya niya ginawa yun dahil dati siyang basagulero. Tapos, nung trigger warning, nag-suicide yung ate niya in the story, he wasn't there nung tinatawagan siya.
Ayan.
so
May
naging trauma nga yun.
gano'n.
Now he wants to
Mm.
be present all the time.
All the time.
May gano'ng
Mm.
klaseng
To prevent
camera.
it.
Oo. So si Jimmy sa Last Twilight, 'di ba? Si Mock ay
Mm.
seventh
Chiron
house yung
is seven.
Chiron.
Oo.
Sure na. I get it fully. Okay.
Ang hirap
Hirap.
naman nito.
Mm. Kasi well, in-identify nga din ng houses yung possible causes or the manifestation of your trauma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kasi Chiron in the signs is your trauma. Ito, cause and manifestation.
Yep.
Yes.
Ooh.
Kumbaga dagdag ano siya,
Mm. Hmm.
Context. Dagdag
compa
context. Oo.
compounding compounding nga sabi ni
Compounding.
VP.
Oo.
Mm.
Kumbaga nakakadagdag siya. So
Mm.
yarn.
Yun. Next.
Okay.
Hey.
I
Eighth
need to
house.
do meditation after this.
Kailangan mag-unload.
Banlaw. Oo.
Mm.
Eighth house. If you have Chiron in the eighth house, your wound has to do with spirituality, death, loss, power, sexuality, or money.
Ooh.
This wound often has a lot to do with mortality. Usually, the wound is caused by a trauma surrounding death, loss, control, sex, or financial issues to the max.
To the
Right?
max.
To the max. This may have been a trauma that happened to you in past life or a trauma you experienced in childhood that caused these learned behaviors. You're now terrified of what you learned through that trauma. For example, ito yung mga ano, no? Yung mga bata pa lang naka-experience na ng death in the family.
Oo.
Oo.
Tas
Or
nagkaroon na sila ng
not, not necessarily in the family, pero siguro nakita niya, ganyan.
Mm.
oo.
Nagkaroon sila
Or
ng hyper-awareness of mortality.
of mortality, oo.
Hindi
Oo.
niya
Parang
na-process.
oo. As in hindi lang 'to loss ha, it's in a different level. It really is death.
Mm.
Yeah, ano
'Di ba,
siya,
puwedeng in the family, of a pet, or
of a
basta
Friend.
pet, ganyan.
Oo.
oo.
Andun yung ano, when you were a child, yung realization na life is finite,
Oo.
na
Yes.
life ends at
Mm.
some point and then
Mm.
mapapa-question ka na bakit? Bakit
Oo.
gano'n? Eh,
Mm.
masaya
Kasi
lang kami, ganyan, ganyan.
totoo.
Ta's wala
Kasi
na siya.
rather than just fearing death, ang nangyayari is you fear living itself. Kasi you
Yep.
feel
Ganon.
like
Oo.
it's ano, 'di ba?
Parang if you keep on living, you will eventually die.
Die. Oo.
Mm.
And you don't like that kasi nga hindi maganda yung ano mo. Kasama dito, I guess, yung sa sex, I guess ito yung mga na-abuse. Trigger
Mm.
warning.
Yep.
Yung mga nagkaroon ng abuse when they were a child, ganyan. So,
Mm.
yon. Isa yan sa mga potential camera. So, sabi naman, Chiron in the 8th house especially creates a deep, impactful wound that really hurt you if you don't work to heal it. Alternatively, your Chiron will center around control. Dahil nga pala 8th house is
Ah,
Scorpio.
Mm.
yun nga yung with sex kasi
Yep.
hindi na siya
Ay,
hindi
oo.
lang siya vulnerability, eh, it's control.
Oo. Lost
Yeah.
power.
Yun yung, tama yung lost power. Kumbaga parang nawala yung ano mo, yung, ano yung tawag doon? Agency.
Yes.
Agency. Ito
Oo.
yung mga tao sometimes who are, afraid of surrender.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sabi nga dito, you may either try to control others in a variety of ways or give up your personal control and allow others to take charge of you. Yeah.
Parang parang
Usually
parehas na
napapansin mo yan. Oo,
mali.
usually napapansin mo yan sa mga naka-experience sa mga ganong klaseng trauma when they were younger.
Mm.
Mm.
Na they're, yung, for example, yung mga na-abuse, uh, naging hypersexual sila. Because they feel that's how they take control or they take back their
They
power
oo.
in the
Oo.
act of sex, 'di ba?
Mm.
Yes.
Na parang eto ginusto ko 'to. Kontrolado
Mm.
ko 'to. Yun yung sense nila na gano'n eh, kontrolado ko 'to, ganyan. And they didn't know that
Mm.
it's becoming a manifestation na yung pagiging hypersexual, ganyan.
Oo.
Ah, on the
But
polar end, yun naman yung ayaw na,
ayaw na.
like
Mm.
Oo,
wala.
kasi nga ano na, eh, deeply wounded by the trauma na,
Oo.
eh. So,
They don't like
parang
the act of sex itself. Ayaw na nila nun,
Yeah.
mm.
ganyan.
Mm.
Kasi may ano na, may association na rin talaga to it.
Yes. Or
And
Mm.
yung ayun, gano'n.
yeah, and it really speaks na hindi lang sa mga Chiron in this house placement, but like
Mm.
it really speaks of how big of a conversation we should be having about
Yes.
traumas, about abuse, about
Yes.
Abuse, child abuse actually.
child abuse
Mm.
in
Child
general,
sexual abuse, oo.
sexual abuse. Parang it is a really deep conversation. I mean,
It is a deep conversation. It should be had. We need to have that kasi
mm,
Na oo.
it's
Yep, yep.
that's a way of helping them out din eh. Kasi,
yeah,
'di ba?
Mm.
To talk about the trauma, to identify where it's coming from and identify yung manifestations niya para
yeah,
aware sila.
aware
I
sila.
feeling ko the whole episode natin since last time, ganun eh. It's being aware
Of
of these traumas para alam mo na kung paano siya i-handle,
i-address.
I-handle.
Oo.
i-deal, i-address, ganyan, 'di ba?
Oo. Parang yeah, sinabi na rin natin last episode, the first step, real step to healing is recognizing what
Correct.
to heal.
Recognize the problem. 'Di ba no MMDA?
Hello.
Correct.
Ayaw niya, 'di ba? First step in solving a problem is to recognize the problem.
That
Recognize that
is
there's a
a problem.
problem.
Oo.
Mm.
Oo. 'Di ba? So don't go telling us na the public transport system in this country is sufficient.
At kailangan namin mag-commute dahil utang na loob.
Girl.
My entire life, commuter
Mm.
ako.
Oh,
You don't
Correct.
get
oo.
to tell me that.
Mm.
Totoo. Saka on that topic, I marami na akong realizations as a sheltered person. Charot. But I would say din talaga ultimately if yun nga eh, if public transportation system was favorable, I would in no way prefer a
A car.
car.
Oo.
True. Yun din naman
Kasi
naririnig ko sa mga car owners eh.
Yeah.
mm,
'Di ba?
Mm.
kasi parang
Tsaka nakakapagod mag-drive.
Yes.
naku totoo. Girl, at
Stressful din mag-drive lalo na pag traffic din.
mm. At
Gusto ko
any
na napunta tayo
chance
sa
sa
napunta tayo sa
driving,
public
'no?
transport.
Private, oo.
Oo. So, again,
Well,
solving traumas, charot.
oo,
Solving problems,
Oo.
recognize the problem.
Oo, at anytime na may kasama akong marunong mag-drive, ino-offer ko, "Gusto mo ikaw mag-drive?"
why not? Oo.
Para lang makatakas.
Mm,
Ma-experience man lang maging passenger princess.
correct.
'Di ba?
So parang
Ayun.
gusto ko tuloy gumawa ng TikTok na passenger princess ako, pero bus.
Tapos
Gaganon-ganon ko
sa
lang.
harap 'no, "Kuya, saan yung aux cable?"
Ganyan ka.
Gusto mo
Enjoying
kape?
the journey,
Oo,
princess.
oo.
Gumagano,
Mag-drive-thru
nagsisip ka pa ng
tayo.
kape.
Drive-thru
Oo,
tayo.
mag-drive-thru tayo.
Drive-thru tayo!
Mm,
May drive-thru na bus
mm, mm.
sumakdo.
Tapos
Literal na passenger princess,
dun ka
oo.
sa gitna 'no, ano sa'yo? McWings?
Oo,
Okey, sige. Anong drinks?
Ikaw yung naging conductor,
Oo, pero order ng McDo.
oo.
Tapos pagbalik mo, sino yung may order ng nuggets? Ayun. May drinks yan, wala 'di ba? Ayun
Wala.
sa'yo yung
Oo,
may drinks.
Oo,
Okay, go.
oo. Sa'yo yung may
ganda.
shake, barbecue cheese. Cheese, okey, oo. Ay,
Passenger princess pero sa bus.
ganda
Oo.
nun. Gandang series yan. Anyway,
Anyway,
Okay,
going back,
okey,
okay.
going
ayun.
back.
Medyo
Oo,
si eighth house medyo malalim na malalim ang trauma niyan.
mm.
Scorpio nga pala.
Uh, this would need a lot of therapy sessions. Pero
Mhm.
at least
Yes.
now, kung nag-resonate sa'yo to, at least now, aware ka na
Hmm,
of
mhm.
Mhm.
your trauma. Napangalanan mo na yung demon mo.
Oo,
'Di ba?
correct.
So,
Yun.
yun.
Okay.
Okay, next. Ito, madami 'to. Go, Nikki.
Oo nga, ang haba nitong ninth. Okay.
Sorry
Sawa.
na.
Oo nga, okay lang. So, Chiron in the ninth house means that your wound can play out in one of many areas, including travel, spirituality or religion, philosophy, ethics, morals, or higher education.
Ninth house pala
Mm.
is ruled by Sagittarius,
SAG,
no?
oo.
Oo.
Tama,
So, ito na nga
tama.
yung ano, standards.
Yes.
Mm.
So, in the ninth house, you may have been wounded in some way because of the belief system you grew up with. You might either try extra hard to find a spiritual path to make sense of your life, or you might avoid thinking about spirituality or religion in general. Religious
Ooh.
trauma.
Naging hyper-religious at naging atheist.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or naging atheist. Oo.
Mm-mm.
Or atheist, naging hyper-religious.
Could be,
Yeah.
oo.
Uh-uh.
Kasi nga,
Alternatively,
ayun nga, sorry. Go, go,
Go.
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 Ay, sige. Okay. So, alternatively, travel or other cultures were involved in the wound. Sometimes, people with Chiron in the ninth house grew up traveling constantly and never had roots, never fit in into
Hmm.
other cultures, or struggled to find a culture that they did fit into.
Mhm.
Kasi
Ay,
nga, yun yung ano mo eh, worldly standards mo rin eh.
Oo,
oo.
resonating to with Chiron in Sagittarius, no? Pero this
Mm.
time, ninth house siya. So,
Ninth house.
kung bigay tayo example. Chiron in Taurus na nasa ninth house.
So,
Hmm.
ano yung Chiron in Taurus?
Taurus is...
Security yun, di ba?
Oo, security.
Teka.
Ay, oo,
Chiron
wala siyang
in
security
Taurus.
kasi move ng move. Kung parang
Oo.
ganun.
Ah! Si Chiron in Taurus is yung wound niya ay yung being constantly belittled by superiors or authority
Okay.
figures. Your parents, teachers, colleagues. Ay, ang
Mm.
pangit nga kapag napunta siya sa ninth house kasi yun na nga yung kinwestiyon yung belief mo eh.
Tapos, hindi pa siya pinapaniwalaan.
Oo.
Oo.
Ayun.
Kumbaga
Okay.
parang dinidiscredit ka na nila based on your belief, I guess. So
Based on your belief.
siguro,
Oo.
ito yung mga yung mga ano, yung laging dinidiscriminate dahil iglesia, ganyan.
Hmm. Or kahit
Oo.
Oo, oo.
kahit non-specific. I mean like laging nade-discriminate against because nga
Mm.
they have a certain way of believing a
Oo. Hindi kasi
differently
Mm.
conceived.
pinaka pinaka-common
Oo.
kasi when I was a kid, kapag sinabi mong iglesia, parang totally different people sila.
Oo. Parang
Like they're
Oo.
others talaga.
alien. Oo, like they're
Mm.
super
Mm.
alien. And then, 'di ba? So I guess ito yung
Okey.
feeling nun. Ikaw
Mm.
Yeah.
yung dinidiscriminate na mapapa-question ka nga naman, 'di ba?
Na oo. So
Bakit?
Correct.
May
why am
mali
I
ba? Oo, may mali ba sa'kin?
mm.
Ayoko na, gano'n.
Mm.
Mm.
Ayun.
'Yan.
Okay. Tapos, lastly, the individual with Chiron in the ninth house might become disillusioned because they fail to live up to a specific vision or potential that they imposed on themselves.
Oh, yun nga.
This
Mm,
hindi
mm,
nila na-fulfill yung gusto nila for them.
Yung gusto nila,
mm.
oo.
Oo.
Or
Tapos, this potential is sometimes imposed by the parents, but sometimes it is just the individual's desire to escape the wound by succeeding in a specific way.
ayun na nga,
Mm,
oo, tama.
mm.
Parang dun nga kasi sila nasasaktan, eh. So they're trying to escape.
By,
Oo.
succeeding in a different way or
Oo,
yun.
pero kung
Mm.
hindi sila nag-succeed, they
Parang
become the
ganun pa din.
solution. Desillusioned na
Oo.
Oo.
sila, mm. Parang wala
Mm.
ng point yung buhay kaya pala philosophy din.
Oo.
Kasi
Yep.
yung
This is
philosophy in life mo, 'di ba?
Mm.
this is somehow touching on the idea na alam mo when you're gay or lesbian or just part of the
Mm,
LGBTQ community in general, there
mm.
is that parang un unimposed or like
Mm.
self-imposed pressure to succeed more
Yeah.
Yes. I get you. Oo.
because
Oo,
nga
kasi
you
nga
feel like your way of life, your belief system
Is
has been
different.
is
oo,
different
and
Mm.
has been questioned a lot.
a lot.
Mm.
Oo,
Oo. So parang feeling mo hindi lang siya overcompensation, eh. Kailangan may pressure talaga siya.
pressure, sobrang
Mm.
pressure na kasi 'di ba 'pag sinasabi bakla ka na nga, tambay ka pa, ganyan.
Oo.
Hala,
'Di
oo.
ba?
'Di
Na
ba?
Oo.
as if that's a lower version kung straight ka
Oo,
pero
Tapos
tambay
tambay ka.
ka.
Oo.
mas
Oo,
mas
na parang
acceptable yung
mas
straight ka na
acceptable.
tambay ka, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Or eto yung mga 'pag sinasabi ano na parang, "Oh, tignan mo siya ang dami niya ng businesses kahit bakla." Ganyan.
Nagiging either
Nagiging
parang
oo nga,
either
eh.
an extra qualifier or a disqualifier.
It's a kind of
Oo.
disqualifier na parang kahit, 'di
Kahit
ba?
na.
Na
Oo.
Oo.
parang
Parang in
parang
spite
ano
of.
siya
Oo.
oo,
Pero
Oo.
parang
yun,
isa siyang
kunwari
malaking drawback, ganyan.
oo.
Yeah.
Kunwari nung sinabi nga kanina na bakla ka na nga, tambay ka pa or wala ka
Mm,
pang trabaho, naging
oo.
extra qualifier yung pagiging bakla niya.
Oo, so
Dumoble,
Whereas
dagdag
parang dumoble yung ano niya,
oo,
yung handicap.
yung
Oo.
handicap. Whereas
oo,
Oo.
kung straight yun, hindi naman kina-count yung pagiging straight, tambay lang, okey,
exactly,
Mm.
oo.
'di
So
ba? So
parang
dun
yun nga, dun
naging
nanggagaling yung
extra.
pressure, oo, yung
Oo.
sinasabi mo na
Yes.
Tas
parang, "Shit, bakla ako, dapat
may
gano'n ako." Ganyan.
oo, may
Mm.
level akong maabot. Tapos yun
Mm,
din, it could also work in a disqualifier way na parang, oo, yaman-yaman niya, ang successful niya, pero
oo.
bakla siya.
Yan.
Pero bakla
Oo.
siya. Yung
Oh,
CEO
disqualifier
natin
na siya ngayon.
ganyan, kaso bading, gano'n, 'di ba?
Oo,
Ganyan.
yun. That feeling is what it feels
This
for this
ninth
house.
The
house.
ninth
Oo.
house. We get ya. We
Mhm.
Mm.
are the LGBT community is in the ninth house with you.
With you, regardless of real
Oo,
placements.
regardless kung
Correct.
saan yung placement namin kasi we get that a lot
Mm.
Oo,
all our lives. Yan. So si ninth house ganun siya. Laging may disqualifier or laging may
or
added
additional
qualifier.
qualifier.
Oo.
Okay. Ayan.
Mm.
So, ang manifestation nila is if these people with Chiron in the ninth house, they'll usually become or they'll usually use the ninth house to meet as means to try and escape the wound. So they become a lifelong traveler, get
Ayan na
immersed
nga.
in academia with fear of failure, or become
Mm.
heavily involved in philosophy or politics. Just
Shit,
kasi nga,
ito ba yung nakakarami na ng masters? Tapos magpi-PhD pa
Tapos
siya, ganyan.
magpi-PhD pa siya.
Oo.
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 Kasi nga, kailangan nilang solusyonan or parang
It's their
takpan yung
escape eh.
whatever. Oo.
Oo.
Mm. 'Di
Parang
Ayan.
ba?
I have
I mean, no judgment sa mga nakakarami na ng masters at
Oh, no, oo,
nagpi-PhD.
wala
oo.
naman, oo.
Oo. But it's that feeling.
Yes.
Descriptive.
Saka hindi, kasi sinabi dito, get immersed in academia with a
Academia.
With a
fear of
fear of
failure.
failure.
Failure. Oo.
Na feeling mo ginagawa mo siya hindi para maging successful ka. Ginagawa mo siya kasi takot kang mag-fail.
Mag-fail. Oo. Alam niyo yung, there's this episode in Modern Family
Stressful. Mm.
na nung graduate na si Alex, yung middle
Hmm.
child, na has always been
Ah,
smart and like top of the class. Nung graduate na siya, she felt like wala pala talaga siyang good hold of what real life is. Kasi school
mm,
has always been
school.
parang do what you're told, get good grades.
Ah,
Yes.
you get rewarded if you
You
do what
get
you're told.
rewarded. Oo.
Oo.
So parang, 'di ba, paglabas mo doon, wala. So some people just um apply themselves in that constant loop. Kasi
Mm,
that's comfortable.
yeah.
Mm.
True. That makes sense.
Okay.
Ayun. So, yun yung manifestations ni ninth house. You
Mm.
Ooh.
overdo
Mm.
Yeah.
stuff in travel, in education, philosophy, religion, ganyan.
Mm.
Shit, ito yung mga nagpare kasi o kaya nagmadre, ganyan.
Totoo. Alam mo, ninth house, #relatable.
Yan.
Tawag
Very
Ayun.
sa
relatable.
oh,
Oo.
ayun.
Ayan.
Okay,
Okay, I think yun na yun.
last three.
Mhm.
Oo, doon na tayo sa 10th house naman. So, Chiron in the 10th house indicates that your wound is related to your career or your public image.
Oo. Si
Dun,
Bert.
dun,
Oo.
dun. Burn.
Mhm.
Eto na. The woundedness is played out in the areas of business, publicity, or the individual's need for recognition, appreciation, respect, and acknowledgement.
I'm head out.
Oo.
So si Bern po ay lumabas na naghahanap ulit ng trabahong malilipatan because
I
Oo.
actually am in the
10th house
process. But
ay
Ayan na nga, o 'di ba?
because this.
Mm.
Ay,
hindi, gets ko ta. Gets ko ta.
oo.
Mm.
So Karen in the 10th house folks usually didn't receive much recognition or respect in childhood, especially concerning their purpose and what they want to do with their lives. Burn.
Mahirap
I'm gonna
din
show
'to.
you
Burn.
something. Wait
Ano
lang.
yung ano yung sabi ng nanay mo sa'yo na dapat college course mo, gano'n. Pero
Exactly.
hindi mo sinunod,
Gusto niya akong
Exactly.
gusto
'di
niya akong
ba?
mag-customs.
Custom okey.
Ah,
Tariff and customs.
oo.
Mm.
Ay yun na lang mag-custom ka na lang din ng keyboard parang si
Puwede
Nikki.
naman, oo.
Closer.
Customs naman to,
Custom naman.
Custom,
Customize.
oo, custom
Ayos yung
naman.
keyboard, oo.
So I have a very perfect example of that. Sige, tuloy mo lang.
Hmm, hmm.
Okey.
So sabi, because of these lessons, the individual will either try to force it at all costs to gain fame, notoriety, or business success, or they will feel far too nervous to even try.
That part. Yes.
Burn, sobrang connected tayo dito. Hindi tayo
Correct.
pwedeng magnegosyo
That
together.
part. Wait, may sample ako dyan.
Burn.
Pero this
Sige,
was in college.
tapusin ko na 'to, sige tapos
Oo,
example
sige,
na
go.
natin. So yung last sabi sa 10th house, regardless of which path Chiron in the 10th house people take, there is a deep self-esteem wound that was caused when they were told they weren't good enough to try or succeed.
Oh my God.
Again, Burn, para kitang nakilala ulit.
Correct. Oo. Natawa na lang. Ay.
Hay nako. Kaya I'm leaving bank.
Hala!
Hindi kami
Goodbye.
pwedeng isama ni VP.
Oo.
Alis na kami ni Vern kasi
Ah,
Oo.
mm,
magpa-farmer na lang ako, charot. Hindi, may example ako dito na nung nabasa ko yan for the first time, sobrang nag-flashback sa akin yung nangyari na yun. Parang nung when I was in college, sumali kami sa Student Advertising Congress.
mm,
You
Okay.
know, as a Gemini, nasa field of communication ako.
yeah, for
Oo.
sure. Mm.
'Di ba, Chiron ko in Gemini, tapos nasa 10th house siya.
10th house
Oo
siya,
nga
so
eh.
hindi ka
So
na nga naiintindihan.
that's
Yun
my
pa yung
career.
Yung
oo,
legacy
hindi
mo,
'di
oo.
ba hindi ka na naiintindihan pero
Hindi ko pa
communication bound ka.
nire-recognize.
Mm.
Tapos hindi naman nare-recognize.
Oo, walang
Mm.
recognition.
So,
No, the
si
funny thing is,
ah,
yung team namin won awards, like a lot, dun sa na yon. Sa
Sa
what year was this?
Congress. Oo.
2007. 2007 siya. Tapos, syempre, di ba, when you were in college, may celebration kayo after yung team nyo, ganyan. So,
hmm,
nag-inom kami very light, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, when I got back home, as in, pinagalitan nila ako. Like, bugbog levels. Kasi late ako umuwi.
hmm,
And you know what? I
Hmm.
was carrying this.
oh my God.
Oh, medals talaga.
Yung
Award.
awards dun sa
Oo.
show.
Oo,
So, parang, ayun na nga. Nung nabasa ko, tapos sabi ko, fuck, I get it now.
specific
Oo.
trauma.
Yeah.
Specific trauma. I was never recognized
Oh my God.
for
The
what
success.
I can do or what
Oo.
I'm
Mm.
good at when I was a child, when I was younger, ganyan. Ganon. Ngayon
Hindi
wala
ka.
na akong pakialam. Charot, hindi, joke lang yung wala akong pakialam. Let me succeed in
Oh.
the field of communication. Charot.
Ay, pero yeah, so that's the feeling na parang even if you
Yeah.
do succeed, it doesn't
It doesn't mean anything to
mean
them.
anything.
Oo.
Hindi naman, it means something to me.
To
Pero
you,
hindi
But,
siya
oo,
nakikita
oo.
ng ibang tao.
ng ibang
Hindi siya
tao.
Yun.
nare-recognize ng
Mm.
ibang
Kumbaga,
tao. Or
people
like yung
don't understand the value that it brings to you.
To you, oo. Yun yung
or
ano eh.
they don't see the effort, the sacrifices, the stuff that I had to do to get
To
there.
get there.
Correct.
Na parang ang nagiging reaction na nakukuha ko from other people is like parang or dinidismiss. Ganon. Walang recognition. So andon. That
Oh,
hurt.
oh,
Mm.
shit.
when I when I first read that, sobrang oh shit. Sakit. That hurt. Like
Oh my
legit hurt.
Sakto
God.
eh. May example eh.
Oo.
Mm.
Eh,
Kaya po
kinakabahan
ako
ako sa'kin, ah.
nagpo-podcast ngayon para
Ayan, kaya mag-comment kayo, mag-react naman kayo, guys.
Uy, kaya
Oo.
remember that time na naging top number one podcast ang Tsaastrology for a time sa Spotify?
Hmm,
Yeah.
Sobrang tontuwa ako nun talaga. Like, I'm super proud that, alam mo yon may recognition, finally.
yeah.
Finally.
Di
Even
ba?
Kailangan
even
nating
in that
ibalik.
aspect,
Oo,
oo.
Oo.
kahit hindi na-maintain, okay lang. We got
We
there.
got
So, parang,
Well, we
there.
got there. Oo.
Mm, yeah.
my entire life!
Oo, speaks to my Chiron in in Leo also na parang yung
Diba? Yung
creation ko is bound to
creativity.
not succeed,
Mm-mm.
'di
Oo.
ba? So,
So,
yeah,
you relate din doon, di
oo.
ba?
So, sa mga ka-T natin diyan na nakikinig, hindi lang bullshit yung pagsabi namin na ano, sobrang vina-value namin yung mga comments, questions,
Oo.
messages
Correct.
niyo. Really
Mm.
goes a long way.
Alam niyo ba, I feel bad kapag walang nagko-comment.
Mhm.
Totoo.
Kaya minsan may mga episodes kami sa Spotify na nandun ako, nagko-comment para lang magkaroon
Para
ng
magkaroon ng
Oo.
oo. This is not
pansinin,
pandering. This is us healing also our inner child.
oo, pansinin
Oo.
niyo kami, 'di ba? Noted
Mm.
me,
Hirap naman maging
recognize.
clout chaser. Charot.
Correct.
At
Oo.
literally, clout chaser yung ano ko, yung placement ko
Chiron
ng
mo.
Chiron, oo.
Yes. Oo.
Mm.
Kasi dahil hindi nga ako napapansin at hindi ako nare-recognize,
Naiintindihan.
I chase the
Mm.
clout, I
Mm.
chase
Correct.
the recognition, ganyan.
Mm.
Oo. Pero siyempre, thank you for indulging us
Mm. Now you
in that.
know.
And
Oo.
oo.
Now you
Now
know
you know.
why 11 seasons in, nandito pa rin kami.
Now you
Correct.
understand.
Even
Mm.
without pay.
Mm.
Mm. Hangga't hindi kami nagkakaroon ng billboard sa EDSA.
Oo.
Kahit 27 seasons pa yan.
Oo. Kahit yung billboard lang nung Grab tsaka Angkas, yun nasa tabi ng MRT.
Mm.
Oo.
Kahit
Okay
ganun
na yun.
lang. Basta
Mm.
billboard.
Mm.
Mm. Ayun lang naman.
Ayan. Mm.
In
Yun.
that same
Okay.
vein, in that same
Mm.
vein, mag-invest na rin kayo sa bank.
Kung maaari. Kung maaari lang naman.
Oo.
Oo.
We are
Invest
open
is
for
business
investors.
namin.
Oo.
Ayun ako. Anyway, sige, game.
Okay. Game. 11th house na tayo. Lapit na. Konti na
Mm.
lang.
Napit na sa'yo.
Go. O, yun na nga eh. Ikaw na, Vern, ng 11th
Ako
house.
pala, 11th
Oo,
house.
oo.
Oo.
Sige. Chiron in the 11th house is a wound relating to individuality and group participation. It shows up in the areas of groups, friends, or the community in general. So yung person daw na may Chiron in the 11th house will avoid expressing original ideas at various because they fear they won't be accepted by the group or understood.
Mm.
Ganyan.
Mm.
They don't wanna think outside the box so they can fit in.
Gets.
Okay.
And so they might feel enslaved by society in general or the way that groups think. They feel that they must conform or else. Ganon.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. It's starting to make sense.
Mm-mm. Because Aquarius is all about the
Individuality.
collective,
The
the
collective. Oo.
collective.
Oo. Oo.
The greater good.
Uh,
Yes. Oo.
So even though the individual might conform on the outside, they struggle to understand why the group works as it does. Their sense of individualism bleeds through and speaks to them. Ito yung conundrum kasi ng Aquarius. They're really concerned about the entire collective and at the same time, they want to express themselves,
Mm.
their
Gets.
individual
Mm.
self.
Mm.
Parang
Kasi,
ganun.
let's put it this way. Parang si 11th house and si Aquarius na rin by extension wants a perfect picture or wants a perfect machinery with all cogs and gears in place working together as one,
Mm-mm.
yet iba yung count nila as a
Ano
cog
siya, alam mo yung
na
naisip ko,
Yes.
yung
Oo.
oo,
visualization ko, like the entire machinery, gears and everything, and here comes a marshmallow.
oo,
Siya yun.
siya yun
Mm.
Oo.
na hindi niya alam how to put themselves in there but still
Yes.
have that perfect
Mm.
um
Kasi
perfect
feel
working condition.
oo,
Mm.
ang fear ni 11th house is 'pag pumasok sila with their individualism, gugulo lahat, masisira
Mm,
yung
Masisira.
and they don't
Oo.
masisira.
want that, oo. Kasi
Mm.
nga about the collective ano sila, collective camera, eh.
Mm.
So yun. So alternatively naman daw, the individual might reject society completely.
Ganda. Naging shot in. Mm.
They feel alienated because they think differently, so they can easily become rebellious or destructive with the intention to hurt others as they have been wounded. So ito yung mga
Mm.
nagiging punks, nagiging rebel sa
Oo.
society ha. Like yung mga, alam mo yun, yung they don't conform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ganyan.
Nonconformist.
Mm-mm. And they want to destroy kasi they've been destroyed. They've been hurt.
Oo. So
Ganon.
Mm.
parang in a way for them, I mean, not saying na punks and rebels are like this completely,
Mm.
but in a way for them, na parang my expectations of a society might be perfect, but it does not deserve to be because
Oo.
the
Kasi hindi
of
niyo ako
the
tinanggap.
way, oo,
Oo.
I
Mm.
was rejected.
Kumbaga, following your analogy kanina, yung ano, yung gear, yung machine, sinira niya
Mm.
na.
Sinira na lang niya kasi hindi niya mahanap
Oo.
yung place niya in it, eh.
Oo. Kung
Yes.
hindi ako kasama, hindi magiging perfect.
Oo.
Gano'n.
Oo.
Walang magiging masaya dito.
Ito yung manifestation sometimes in people na when they don't get recognized, kunwari lang, they don't get recognized for a success of something, they feel na parang targeted yun towards them, na
Mm.
this wouldn't have succeeded if it wasn't for me. May
Oo,
ganong
gano'n.
Oo.
sense sila minsan.
Ang ano nung ano 'no, nung nung Aquarius, kaya nakakaasar minsan mga Aquarius.
Mm.
Happy Aquarius
Yeah,
season, charot, oo.
happy Aquarius season
Oo.
everyone, mga magugulong
Although ang dami kong friends na love ko sobra na Aquarius.
actually, yeah.
Mm.
I like them as
But
friends. They're fun,
mm.
super fun. They're super weird. I love
Yes.
that.
Oo.
Mm.
But yun nga, they do have, they do offer a different worldview,
Mhm.
which to you as an outsider may be either too illogical or just too radical,
Oo, hindi mo
'di ba?
maga-grasp kaagad. For example,
Yep.
point of view ng isang Pop-Tart, 'di ba?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Sa loob ng microwave,
sa loob
oo.
ng microwave. Since season 1, Aquariuses all around the world have been wondering, what does it feel like to be a Pop-Tart?
Hindi yan Pop-Tart. Wala pa
See,
ring sagot ngayon.
11 seasons in, we're still wondering.
Mm. So sabi, if you have Chiron in the 11th house, the goal is to avoid either extremes and instead see what you do have in common with society. You have these
Mm,
views for a reason, and you were sent here to share them and to transform the earth. Ah, pak, may higher
mm.
calling
Ay,
ka
ang
naman
ganda.
pala
Yun naman
eh.
pala,
Oo, ganda nga.
oo.
Mm. Healing
Oo.
comes from reconciling individual needs with those of society and expressing both positively and constructively. Ayan.
Yan,
Ay, ang
oo.
ganda.
Find a constructive and positive way na you both could work, 'di ba?
Oo.
Mm.
Kasi may
Gets ko.
compromise yun,
Oo.
Oo.
always.
Halimbawa, 'di ba, Harajuku Lolita ka, tanggap naman na ng society yun eh. They don't just go become a Harajuku
Mm.
Lolita,
Mm.
'di ba?
Sobrang Gemini nung example mo, by the way.
Oo. Feeling
Harajuku
ko ito yung
Lolita,
ano, yung Chiron
Appeal.
in 11th house. Ito yung saying na you're allowed to participate in a system you're trying to dismantle.
yeah,
Correct.
true,
Oo.
Kasi
true, true, true.
exactly that.
Yun yun. Oo. You
Oo.
are allowed to be in a system that you're trying to transform, basically.
Oo.
And 'di
'Di ba?
ba, if you want to transform it, get inside it, 'di
Get
ba?
inside
Correct.
it.
Mm-mm.
Oo. Kasi your participation wouldn't make it any more flawed than it already is. Your
Is.
Oo.
'Di
Correct.
ba? Your
Mm-mm.
contribution there nga is to bring it out of those flaws.
Mm-mm.
Exactly, tsaka yun nga sasabihin ko sana na malay mo pala, yung addition mo would make it better,
Would make it
'di
Yes.
better.
ba?
Oo.
Yung change
Eh
pala. Yun ikaw na yun.
Oo.
Oo.
'Di ba? And yun nga not because 'di ba when they say na don't fix something that's not broken,
hmm,
but um you can never not improve anything that's
Oo
already
naman.
working,
oo.
Mm.
'di ba?
But
There will
there's always
always
room
be
for improvement, oo.
Mm-mm.
totoo and
Ah,
dessert.
and
There's
dessert.
always room for this.
Speaking of,
Correct.
gusto ko ng
'Di
dessert.
ba? Ako din.
But yeah, yun nga, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
malay
Okay.
mo naman ikaw pala yung
Ikaw
bato.
pala talaga yung sagot, oo.
Ikaw yung
Mm-mm.
bato na magre-ripple dun sa pond, 'di
Fun.
ba?
Mm.
Yep.
Yan. So,
Yun,
this
okey.
na ang
Perfect.
mga 11th house. At
Last,
12th house.
here we
Hala.
Si
go.
Ito na.
VP. Si VP na 'to.
I'm
Brace
ready.
yourself. Oo.
Are you ready?
Mm-mm.
Ready. Game ka na
Yeah.
ba? Game na.
Game.
You feel any pressure right now?
No, I don't feel any pressure right now.
Ganda. Iconic.
Mm.
Iconic.
Game.
Hmm.
If you have Chiron in the 12th house, you may work very hard to hide your wound away. The wound might even be unconscious, but when it does come to the surface, you feel the urgent need to stuff it back down. Ooh.
Mm.
At the same time, you may cling to your wound with Chiron in the 12th house. These wounds often come from a past life, and it might feel like the wound is an essential part of you, who you are. Okay? So, hindi mo na siya
Oo.
pinakawalan.
Totoo, whenever I say, "What have I done?" I don't mean in this life.
Oo.
Including all the other past ones.
What have I
Oo.
What
done
have I done?
prior?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
30 lifetimes ago.
My gosh. Oo. More than
Hmm.
any other placement, Chiron in the 12th house can be pretty dark and scary. The wound often revolves around fear from a past life and trauma that is buried within your unconscious mind. Chiron in the 12th house can indicate either mental illness or psychicism. These traits are often ancestral, and the wound itself may even be ancestral.
Oh my God! Deep, sobrang lalim nito. Mas malalim pa siya sa 8th house.
Let's go,
Correct.
totoo, as if.
Feeling ko ang
Oo.
kailangan mo
Oo,
ang kailangan mo past life
Exorcism.
regression.
Ala!
oo,
Past life
like
regression!
Oo,
I need to connect.
para
Oo.
ma-identify natin kung yung wound.
Oo,
Oo.
'di ba, sinasabi ko naman sa inyo, eh, hindi lang gout yung minana ko sa lola ko.
Trauma and wound. Oo.
Mm,
Trauma na as of the moment, largely unknown.
oo,
Correct. Mm.
na
I mean,
this
we
is
have clues, yes, with the
But we can't
Chi-
specify.
I mean,
Oo.
we have the Chiron and Leo, pero nasa 12th house siya. So I think it's much deeper than just creating
Than just the
something.
Leo. Oo.
creating something, oo.
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 And it's
Okay,
deeper
yeah.
than all of the failures I've ever had in my life so far.
Oo.
Yes.
Mm.
Alternatively, this current in the 12th house placement can also have to do with an incarceration of some kind. Hala ka. This could be prison of the mind,
B?
body, or spirit.
B?
'Di ba?
Ano
Mm.
ka ba? Former inmate ka ba sa Alcatraz?
Oo,
Naging criminal ka ba in your past
oo.
life?
Oo.
Could
Alam
be
ko
or
na,
ako yung
art
batang
theft.
binenta dati, gano'n.
Hindi, art theft
Mm,
to si VP nung past life niya.
Feeling ko din.
possible. Mm.
Nagfo-forge ng mga famous paintings.
Oo, kasi I never felt
Ooh.
like my own creation would have been good enough.
So, oo.
Ay! Oh my
So, you
God!
just copied or...
Oh my God.
So you
Alam mo, may
just,
kilala talaga ako nagpa-past life regression. Parang tara.
alam mo
Hala!
I
ang
want,
feeling ko din talaga I
I
need it.
wanna know.
Oo. Hindi kasi 'di ba, ayan, kung nag-open up kayong dalawa, mag-o-open up din ako.
Go.
'Di but yun, kung especially yun sa'yo, Bern, parang 'di ba it was specific.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Nung nabasa ko din 'tong about 12th house and then kinonect ko nga with my Chiron and Leo, which is about creation, yun yung question ko, eh, na parang I've always felt that way. I've always felt la parang, okay, anything new or original that I will do will never meet any success.
Or feeling
But
mo derivative with
or
someone.
feeling ko it's
Oo.
always been a derivative of
Of
something.
someone
Oo.
else.
Parang,
Oo.
hindi ginaya ko lang 'to, eh, 'di ba? I've
Oo.
always shot myself down. But yun nga, eh, I never knew where it came from. Or like
We
hanggang
must,
ngayon din, wala akong idea of why I feel that way.
ayan, o, di ba? Kasi
Kasi
it's
totoo.
vague. We
Kasi
don't
it's
know
Mm,
vague.
yung
And then you
source.
just embraced it. Oo.
totoo. Kasi like yun din, I've always seen myself naman as someone intelligent enough and capable enough of creating, 'di ba?
Hmm.
I've always gotten support from my friends, from my family, from
Hindi naman
everyone around
nagkulang.
me. Hindi naman nagkulang. I always get recognized din naman for the work I put
The
in.
work. Yeah,
Oo.
exactly.
But,
But
but,
there's always that feeling of fear na whatever I create doesn't have an impact or will never receive an impact.
mm-mm.
Parang ganun. So parang, alam mo yun, life question ko yun eh. So,
I like, hindi, I like na identified siya
ah,
ni VP. Except na, hindi niya alam yung source.
kasi
Yes.
it's not from this life.
It's not from this life. Oh my God. We need a past life regression session
Oo.
Oo.
para malaman natin talaga saan siya nanggagaling.
Mm.
Mm.
Kasi 'di ba parang may mga times din talaga na I think naman kahit hindi ka Chiron and Leo in the 12th house, this isn't specific to me, but it can also apply to other people. But there will be times din naman na 'di ba, you feel like may ginawa ka, yes, it's good, yes, it's beautiful, yes, it's recognized, but like wala siyang purpose.
Mm. Or for some reason, hindi siya magka-breakthrough.
Mm.
Mm.
Na it's just there, 'di ba?
Muebles. Muebles.
Muebles.
Ayan,
Diyan lang
furniture.
siya.
Oo.
Oo.
Diyan lang siya.
Diyan lang siya, it's functional, it's beautiful, pero
But,
like
yeah. Feeling ko, like, alam mo yung feeling ko na-feel mo na there's always something lacking from it.
mm,
Oh.
Not to factor in a Virgo ka and anything would
it
never be
will
perfect.
never be good enough, oo.
To be the perfect that you achieve, oo.
It will never
Mm.
be perfect. Pero yeah, I gets ko yung feeling na yan na you've made something pero feeling mo, para siyang
'Di ba?
supot na paputok.
Oo,
Yung,
Mm.
nga,
ganun.
mm. So tapos wala na, nandiyan na.
Wala.
Okay, it's done.
Yes,
Oo.
and
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And
Mm.
sayaw na lang, hindi
oo.
ma-identify
Yeah,
yung yung source
Oo.
ng trauma.
yung source, oo.
Alam niyo, yung sinabi kanina na yung one of the hardest traumas, hindi, feeling ko yung 12th house.
12th house. Kasi hindi mo alam kung saan nanggagaling eh.
Mm.
Oo.
Tapos,
Yung,
in-embrace mo na lang siya.
oo,
Mm.
na parang naging part mo na lang siya. Sabi nga,
Mm.
di ba, ano yun? Cling to your wound and you feel like the wound is an essential part of who
Part of
you are,
who you are.
Oo,
but you don't know why.
you don't know why.
Mm.
Oo. So in a way kasi ano din siya, it loops back on itself. Na parang you
Yeah.
feel,
Mm.
'di ba? You feel the necessity, for in my case, you feel the necessity to create. And yet, when you go back to its purpose on why did I create this at all, nawala pala siya in the
Nawala.
process.
Oo.
Mm. And
Mm.
then nakakatawa dito is nafe-feel mo yan pero sina-stuff back down mo lang din.
You
Mm.
just create, keep on creating. Oo.
That's
Oo.
why you keep on creating.
Yeah. Kasi alam ko naman na parang okay, I'll never have to see it through fully because it will never meet any success. So
Mm.
gawa lang ako ng gawa.
Ang
Parang
hirap.
gano'n.
Ang hirap din.
Totoo,
Kasi parang
mami.
siyang existential crisis pa times 10. Ganun.
Mm.
Oo. Existential crisis from a life before.
Before
Oo,
you? Oo.
before you na ano.
What
So
the fuck?
so
Wala
sa
pong
mga kasama
solusyon
ko,
sa
oo, wala pong solusyon. It's acceptance din. It goes back
trauma
to
ni VP.
acceptance.
Mm-mm.
Oo.
Oo. And sa mga kasama ko sa Chiron nila na nasa 12th house, na parang we just have to surrender to the fact
Magkakaroon
na
magkakaroon na po kayo ng support group.
oo, 'di ba?
Oo.
So,
Diyos ko Lord.
tapos ang next po na program natin, tatakbo ako bilang politiko. Tapos instead na mga ano 'yun, yung kasalang bayan
Oo.
or yung mga tawag dito, yung sama-samang tuli, gano'n.
Medical mission.
Oo,
Libreng
yung
tuli.
medical. Oo,
Oo.
eto ay libreng past life regression. Yun
Yan
ba ang
lang.
una kong plataporma?
Oo, para po sa
Oo.
mga 12th house, meron po tayong libreng 12th house past life regression
Past life
sa
regression.
covered court.
Oo.
Mm.
Sa covered court.
'Di ba? Ta's nandun sila lahat, nagto-trauma bonding,
Oo.
Oo.
Maghanda ng panyo at tubig at pamaypay.
pumaypay, oo.
Dala na rin po kayo ng inyong mga puwedeng kainin
Oo.
habang
Mm.
naghihintay, ganyan. Kaya lang
Mm.
hindi ipa-provide ang food.
Oo.
Mm.
Diyos ko
Oh my
Lord.
gosh.
Yun.
Ang hirap naman nung 12th house kasi at least sa akin
Mm.
identified ko siya.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yung sa'kin is actually nga I mean, kahit dati pa, nag-surrender naman na ako dun sa idea na talagang and
Yeah.
like I mentioned last episode, na I will just keep creating. Na parang I've accepted the fact na it might never get the success and recognition it may deserve. Pero 'di ba, one way or another, more chances of winning na lang ako.
When did you first
Mm.
realize this? Like what age?
Um, bago ko mag-27, I think mga 25, quarter life crisis things. That was the
Working ka na.
time that was the time na nag-stop na ako mag-freelance work.
Ah,
Mm.
okay.
Mm. Kasi that was the time na parang ang dami ko ng tinrinay i-establish or try simulan, but never
Mm.
actually saw it through.
That has
Mm.
become like a recurring theme in your
Mm.
life.
It has, kahit nung childhood naman. Kahit back sa school days.
Gag.
Gag.
Mm. As in. So,
Gag.
parang okay, sige, okay, surrender ko na lang siya to other people. I'll let it meet success through other people. Mm. That's why now, tinan mo, tong Tsaastrology, kahit pinilit ko kayo gawin 'to, we are seeing it through
We
because
have to.
we
Oo.
have to. But like, it's not entirely my control anymore.
Oh, tsaka pinili mo yung ano, Chiron and Gemini nasa 10th house. Kailangan ng recognition.
Kailangan ng recognition. Kaya nga.
Tapos ako, Chiron in sixth house, kailangan ko kayong
Oo,
ganunin.
oo.
O, di
Oo.
Yung
ba?
work ni Nikki, o, diba?
Kailangan ko kayong, bumalik kayo dito, kailangan
Come
natin
back.
to. Oo.
Oo.
Yung
Oo, di ba?
6th house ni Nikki is about working.
Oo,
'Di ba?
babalik tayo, gagawin natin
Oo.
'to. Magko-complain tayo pero gagawin natin 'to. Yan.
Well, you can
Totoo.
say it's a perfect
May
mix.
Oh,
Oo. Kaya nga.
Eh,
Tapos sobrang validation yun to my Chiron in 12th house kasi I finally cracked the
oo.
code na for me to meet success is I have to surrender it to other people.
O, di ba? Ang galing.
Oo.
Ooh.
Laki ng
See,
Chiron ni
yeah,
Inye.
this is not a podcast. It's a pyramid scam by me.
By VP. Binudol po kami ni VP to do this.
Oo, 'di ba?
Oo.
And now you are sharing in the responsibility.
Oo,
Ugh,
ang galing.
such a mastermind.
Diba?
Mm. Ang ganda. Ang
'Di
galing
ba, hindi
talaga.
lang po tayo
Sumakto.
nag-realize ng trauma today, na-realize na po ni Bern at ni Nikki na binudol ko lang sila to do
Budol
this.
pala 'to. How do I fucking get out of this?
You can never anymore.
Suddenly nainggit ako sa Sagittarius na pwedeng ano, mag-scam
Umabsent.
mo anytime, oo.
Oo, bigla oo.
Ay, hindi.
Hala, what did I get myself into?
Oo.
So guys, yung healing process ng mga 12th house na Chiron, scam.
Mag-ano kayo, mag-MLM kayo.
Ang
Mm.
ganda.
Or turn
Well,
any of your creations into an MLM.
oo, heal
Oo.
others by creating something and networking it.
Oo.
Networking it. And then letting them see it through.
Oo.
Ang ganda.
Alam mo, feeling ko yung mga pasimuno din ng mga conventions, ganyan din sila.
Mm.
12th house din yung mga yan.
Oh, we're here to provide the platform,
Oo.
but you
Correct.
will
Sticker
build it.
con? Sticker con ba?
Oo.
Ay, ganda,
Ay,
oh.
Caps.
Keycon, ganyan.
Oo.
Mm.
Caps, check natin yung ano mo, Chiron mo. Charot.
Yan,
Diba?
oo.
Ayan,
Ay,
finally,
Mm.
tapos na.
Tapos na natin.
we went through our
Nakumpleto na
Perfect.
traumas.
siya.
Sabi nga nila, the best way out is through. So, tinapos
So,
na namin.
tinapos na
Tinapos
namin.
na, oo.
Tinawid namin ang trauma ninyo
Mm.
at
Mm.
ating lahat. Yan.
Oo, ayan. Kaya sa mga kati natin, maraming salamat sa panonood at sa pakikinig, 'di ba? So don't forget
Uy,
to also
ano?
visit. Oh,
Yeah, kung gusto niyo rin mag-share nung sa inyo, kung may
Oo
mm.
naman.
na-realize kayo about your Chiron
About your
and if
Chiron, yeah.
resonate siya, ganyan. Share nyo lang din
Mm.
sa amin sa...
At Tsaastrology on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And you can also email us at tsaastrology@thebunkph.com.
Yeah,
Nag-stop siya.
Nag-stop, inisip ko for a
naglag
while,
na,
oo.
oo.
Or kung ayaw niyo
Ayun nga.
mag-email, i-comment niyo sa YouTube. Pwede
Yeah,
naman
Mm,
mahabang comment
babasahin
section.
din
'di ba?
namin. Yeah.
Oo. Yun, and syempre don't forget to visit thebangph.com to see all of the other podcasts na kasama namin na binudol din namin into, you know, surrender.
Actually, bank itself is a big
Yes.
creation of VP na budol scheme.
Oo.
And now you realize it. Aalamin natin kung may next episode pa ang podcast na ito. Dahil alam na po
Aalamin din
nila,
natin kung madidissolve na
oo,
ba ang bank
ang
or
bank.
hindi.
Oo.
Kasi
My God.
after 5 years of Tsaastrology, they now know the secret.
They now know the secret.
Oo, kaya while it's still existing, follow the Bunk PH then on all social media
Yes!
platforms while you
Oo.
still can.
Makipag-interact kayo, ganyan. Habang
Mm.
nasa amin pa si Joe.
Si Joe, oo, na salamat Joe sa pagpapabudol sa scam na 'to.
Oo.
Correct.
Isa sa
Sorry
mga
naman.
nadawit. Isa sa mga
Mm,
nadawit.
'di ba? Kaya yun. Yun ang episode natin for this week. Malalaman natin soon kung magbabalik pa because yun nga, alam na nila na it was all a scam. Abangan nyo lang kung magpapascam pa sila sa susunod na linggo. Yan, maraming salamat again for listening and for watching. We hope to hear you and see you again if there is a next one. Ako ang inyong astrologer na Virgo na si VP na nagsasabing, I am sorry.
Dapat may neck brace ka.
Ay, at ako ang yung Tsaastrologer na Scorpio na si Nikki nagsasabing, tara, shot! Shot!
At ano ka naman yung Astrologer Gemini na tour na nagsasabi, kung feeling mo na budol ka, just scamming and out of the rain.
Ayan, ang ganda.
Coming out of the rain. Ang ganda. Bye.
Bye!
Hello.
Hello.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah!
I think so.